It's a nice
I'm
job
on
offer from your old friend.
my old friend or his old.
I mean, you might actually know him. You are from Bretonia and you're a noble, so I'd give you, if nothing else, a roll. And
Would it be a?
assuming you pass, I assume you have some familiar relations with them.
Is it common knowledge, Bretonia?
He's a
Yes.
Bretonian nobleman.
Though you'd get a bonus with a plus. I'll give you a plus 20s, and depending on what you get, I will give you information pertaining to
Do you not have? Do you have common knowledge Bretonia, right, Corn?
I have plus 10 in common knowledge,
Okay.
Bretonia.
I have
I was
all the
just-
knowledges.
I was just gonna say, like, because never mind.
I
I figured-
succeeded.
I figured Drew was like, "Oh yeah, you're not from the Empire. Well, you take the language/knowledge of your home country."
I also have common knowledge
Did I ever
Empire.
get the plus 10 to that? Because
Plus 10 to what?
You get knowledge. I give everyone knowledge to whatever their home country is for free.
Does it mean I have?
If you do, then I would have another
Oh.
plus 10 to
I probably should too, because so like how I think it's supposed to run is because like the game art automatically assumes all characters are Imperials, but to like represent people from other countries, I always just tell them.
Yeah, then I have plus 20% in common knowledge, Bretonia.
No, what?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll give you another plus 10
Um,
to that. But yeah, typically, for instance, all of you guys, I believe I mentioned it, but I don't think I went into detail when we were making the characters, because when we were making the characters, there was a large gap between when we were making them and when the game actually started.
Okay.
But you're all supposed to have one rank for free with the common
the
knowledge
Empire.
of whatever is your
Home country.
Your home country, and
in
you're
the
supposed
case
to
of
have speak
Braconia, it's your
language.
home country, because
Would I gain a one in speak Bretonian
no.
too?
Well,
You
actually,
wouldn't get
yes.
one?
Yeah,
I
you
believe
would.
have to buy that part as part of to be the Bretonian thing. But
No, you don't. What I was sorry, Drew. But what I was trying to say was, the book says you get speak language Reichspiel and common knowledge the Empire,
Yeah.
but that's only for Imperial humans. I assume, and how I see it run is, if you're from another country, you replace your speak language skill, and so that theoretically you can have a character that just doesn't speak Reichspiel.
which
I
is
do,
entirely
because
possible, and I've seen a few of that. But typically, they're given it or they get it fairly quickly.
I'm actually pretty good in my academic knowledge as well.
Yeah.
For like genealogy and heterology for some reason.
Typically, again, I should have explained this, or if I didn't, I apologize. Typically, I will either give you bonuses. For instance, anytime Quad does something that involves tracking or something that's native to Ostermark, I usually give him a bonus depending on how close it is. For instance, vampires or beastmen, I tend to give him bonuses on just because of how common they are in Ostermark.
I don't know what I would get then.
Like, I think Drew gave me a bonus to merchants because of Wizarland is trade center.
You get a bonus to ignoring peasants.
I also gave
That's
everyone free stuff for essentially they have knowledge for the Sword Brothers, and they get bonuses for any knowledge involving Reichland. You, I assume I completely forgot that would have had to have had some kind of equal bonus for being from Bretonia, which would have most likely have been plus 10 or free, basically a free starting thing of knowledge Bretonia.
I recommend you probably pick one because a lot of these are different. Like if you're from the Borderlands, you're a trade king. You're a trade
You
Bretonian.
definitely should mark down somewhere in your notes which province you are from, which dukedom you are from, as that is important.
I think we should go over that at some point.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, I'll be more than willing to help you with that.
We should go over that because, as you might have noticed, there are a lot of those triangles that represent settlements.
Yeah. I know that there's several different dukedoms. I just haven't really got into what's different, the differences between them.
We will go over that at some point after this. But yeah, we need to do that and then figure out where you're from for no other reason than I will at some point put down the city and or town you were born from. Like, for instance, Hooch,
I
Riverdale,
I intend to go back when I become a knight. That was kind of, if you ever want to make quests or so, or reasons later.
Yeah, they've been to there before. That's they're fairly close to. They are very close with the Duke of Paravan.
Well, it might be from a different dukedom, so that may be us going to a different dukedom then.
Yeah. Again, that's a discussion for another time. For now, what you know with your 2 degrees of success is this is the man with whom they are getting another job from. That's an offer.
Fancy boy.
It's an offer of the Sword Brothers, but it was specifically requested that, if possible, your group deal with it.
I gotcha.
And it's quite an odd one, though.
Do I know anything about this lord?
You know him basically as an odd noble because his most nobility in the Empire, he would be seen as a completely powerful noble with no real things odd about him. In Bretonia, nobility is directly tied to military power, and pretty much anything else is considered secondary, which is why they are eternally stuck in the medieval times without ever advancing.
Basically, in Bretonia, nobles don't concern themselves with mercantile matters because it's seen as lower class to do so, and he does that. And so they're like, why?
Not only does he do that, his entire house is based around that. All of his house's power and influence comes from the fact that basically if you're in Bretonia and you've ever imported goods, there's a 60% chance it was imported by him. And if it wasn't imported by him, the goods at one point in time probably touched someone of his house or in his employ.
So he's like a merchant house.
Yeah, a merchant house that is remarkably powerful. Now, if you were to explain that to, again, someone in any other country in Warhammer, you would not need to explain any further. Merchant nobles are a thing, or merchants turn nobles, or nobles turn merchants. It's just, in Bretonia, typically the reaction will be a head turning, and then someone saying that noble must be really, really old and is trying to find something to do, or you're high as a kite. So he's, as you might imagine, he has a very mixed reputation amongst Bretonian nobility. It's hard to badmouth the guy that, at the drop of his hat could ruin your entire dukedom, or at the very least do it to a point where you might have to worry about peasant revolts due to the fact that all of their food is suddenly 3 times more expensive. But
Bretonia has a really strange relationship with its mercantile class. They really don't like them, but it's weird because they hate them, and yet they're like, we understand without you we can't survive, but that doesn't mean we like you.
They're better than the average peasant.
Not really, actually. In many ways, because there isn't really a middle class in Bretonia, they're just seen as extremely rich peasants. They don't get any of the social mobility that a nobleman does, and the nobles despise them because they're so rich. They have to be taken at a sort of like semi-equal level, but they're peasants. So this really pisses the nobility off.
Do noble Bretonians talk to each other like normal people?
To an extent, it depends. Because here's the thing. They're essentially very, very strict in how you address someone. You would not address someone who is of a higher social status than you, even if you were technically, like, if you're both counts, but he's from from an ancient family with ties to dukedoms and all that shit, you would not talk to him like you would talk to a normal peer. You'd talk to him like a social superior. And you, as a Bretonian, especially a noble Bretonian, know damn well who's your social superior and inferior. How badly you treat that is entirely up to you. There's a fine line between kissing someone's ass and giving the cordial respect a social superior deserves.
it's not full Japan where they have two separate languages for social superiors and inferiors, but it's kind of close.
Just don't frack me up if I mess up too bad.
I won't. You can ask Gesture. I'm generous to a point, but I will. But if after I explain it to you, you still fuck up, I will totally put the hammer on you.
We're not going to outright disrespect him. I address him like my lord and such, but
No, I'll be the one that disrespects him.
oh, I know Dieter will.
You would. I will say this though. It doesn't matter if you are a duke or you are not. Unless you are the specific duke that you and your family are sworn to, you will never call them my lord. You will call them Duke this. Bretonnia is very spickle about who they bow down to. In other words, all of them bow down to the king and the lady, and that is the only commonality of the people they bow down to. You'll even find that a lot of minor houses that are sworn to houses that aren't the dukedoms won't refer to the duke as my lord.
So we just call him Duke.
Yeah. It's very, again, it's a whole thing to do with their society being very big on how you interact with your social betters and social inferiors. It's seen as a big social faux pas to not show respect to someone who is, say, a duke, just because you aren't, like the Duke of Paravan, if you were from there, you would refer to him as my lord. But you would probably never refer to any other duke as other than my duke.
So you only refer to the duke of your dukedom as lord.
Typically.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's a vassal system. You don't technically owe allegiance to the Duke of 5 duchies away, but your specific Duke is your lord. It's kind of like how in olden days, during the days of feudalism, everyone paid homage to the king, but your real loyalty often lied with the person directly above you, because he was the one who gave you everything you had.
Also, your loyalty would be the king, because the land that you're given is still the king.
Yeah.
Well, true, but when it came to your lord versus all of his peers, it was your lord.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's also seen as a big social faux pas if you were to call someone else besides your lord, my lord. As that is seen as somewhat of an insult to your actual lord. And also a huge concern to your actual lord, because it wouldn't be the first time. It's sad but true, but it's decently common for the quote-unquote court machinations of Bretonnia consist mainly of powerful lords in dukes' courts switching to other dukes' courts, taking small bits of land here and there. Because it's almost impossible. I shouldn't say almost impossible. It's decently rare for dukes to actually go full-out war with each other without the king immediately coming down and stopping that before his empire crumbles before his eyes.
Honestly, some of the funniest shit in Bretonnia, some of the funniest shit in Bretonnian politics occur like in Paravan and Montfort, because, well, actually in Gisors, anyway, because it's one of those lands where technically like every square foot of soil is owned by somebody. There's no like land to conquer. You get those border lords who want to make their holdings bigger, and they're like, what if I just take a tiny bit of the mountains of Reichland? And both the Empire and their liege lords are like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, just beat them down.
The amount of border wars that have been started due to that crap is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it doesn't happen in modern, quote-unquote, Warhammer for no other reason than a actual organized, centralized empire with the capital being Reichland isn't going to tolerate that kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
The more you know.
And they're officially at peace with Bretonnia now, like an honorable peace.
Yeah.
So it's hard to justify a crusade into your eastern neighbor.
Not that they wouldn't do that in a heartbeat if there was a actual reason to do it.
Well, yeah. Anyway.
last thing the Empire needs is these. For some reason, for Carapanas gets a crusade mark on it. Said, "You have been declared as a target of crusade." What?
There are orcs in your country.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't need another reason then. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm not joking. I've read stories about minor lords just going into the Empire's territory on a quote-unquote crusade to deal with an orc warband that was, was there. It was an orc warband in Wizenland or the Reich. I think it was the Wizenland when I read it. He just won and decided there was no reason to go back home. It's already close to where his actual territory is. He'll just add this into it. He protects it better than the actual, and then he immediately saw the Lord's Army and went back to Bretonia.
Yeah.
Wizenland. Sick of that shit.
Yeah. He just decided, you know what? I have slain 100 orcs on this field. I claim this field in the name of Bretonia.
Yeah, I think,
coming from the tree line, sound of muskets being loaded. The hell you do.
Yeah, I think in the book I read, it was the Elector Count of Wizenland who was actually on his way to a meeting in Reichland, heard about it, and brought his entire personal retinue to tell them to fuck off.
Go home, yeah.
And when an Elector Count comes to tell you to do something, you damn well do it. They rarely do anything, but when they do...
At least pay us for the job of killing the orcs. Here, take some money, now leave. Yay!
They didn't give them shit. They gave them 5 seconds to leave.
You gotta be careful.
Bretonia.
This was time during one of the crazier ones of Wisland, because I'm pretty sure it also ended up with him killing or purging all the villages that had the compunction to even think about joining Bretonia.
Why you would, but okay, fair enough.
I mean, typically you would probably do it for no other reason than, okay, here's the few hundred-odd armed, fully knighted men who just killed an orc warband and might kill us. Maybe we should.
Here, sign away literally every right you have. Cool.
I mean, what people would do for protection.
You're right. But anyway.
That shit doesn't fly in most other countries, but most other counties is.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh yeah, Eddie's back.
I will say this: one of my favorite jokes is like the Emperor will beat Bretonia. It's like the Empire can barely keep a hold of its territories. What the hell makes you think they'll go to war with Bretonia?
Yeah. Anyway, but that is basically what you know from what your personal opinion of him could be either way. He's definitely not someone that you've heard about due to martial prowess, nor is it really anyone in his family. But you've definitely heard his name.
So he's got big brain.
Yes. Yeah. You've probably, if your character at any point in time went on a military campaign, you would have dealt with some of his people for no other reason than they are known as the main logistics, quote unquote, of Bretonia.
He's just built different. That's it. That's it.
Good to know.
Now, as for the job that you are being hired for, you don't even need to make a roll to understand that it is very important to this guy's house, and it's also not unusual. So essentially, and this is common but uncommon knowledge, there are many families in the Empire and Bretonia that are friendly with each other. This shocks some people. Now, over the course of centuries, these friendships have led groups from one side to go to the other side, live there, start families, marry, intermarry. Occasionally, this leads to long-scale visits, which happens to have the unfortunate happenstance of, just due to the world, ending in someone's death.
Oh.
It is not, I shouldn't say it's common, but I also shouldn't say it's uncommon for someone from, say, Middleland to go on a trip to Bretonia to meet family or friends and wind up dead due to beastmen or any numerous other reasons that they could have wound up dead in Bretonia.
There are many ways to die in Bretonia.
And vice versa. It is considered to be it is widely considered to be a noble obligation that if one of your guests or someone you invited or were friends with, whatever, if you were the reason they were there, then it is your duty to ensure vengeance as well as the returns of the remains to the family. It is it's not a huge stain, especially if you actually put in the effort. After all, if they are killed by beastmen, you're probably not going to find a corpse. You might find bones. If you're lucky.
Maybe.
But you're almost certainly not going to find a corpse. So, obviously, it would be a bit unfair to have a huge stain on someone's honor because they just happened to have gotten eaten by the thing they got killed by. However,
if it was orcs and goblins, yep, there's no body either. Most definitely eaten.
Pretty much anything they would probably kill you is probably going to eat you. So there isn't much stain on not being able to return the body. However, it is considered to be a very important task if they are able to recover it, to return it, no matter the cost. They typically will return weapons or whatever personal effects they can as the bodies if they are unable to recover that, which they typically aren't. But if they are able to recover the body and do it, it's basically a write-off to however they died. As it's a rare instance where someone's killed far from home that they actually get to be returned from it, even nobles. Hell, even emperors and kings have fallen in battle and their bodies not been returned.
I almost did.
So did I. Thank God the orc missed.
So when you are told that the job details involve the delivery of a body, it's understandable that the paycheck at the end of that is fairly high for such a mundane job.
Because the honor is at stake.
Yeah, it is 50 gold per person. Though also for everyone else, you presumably think the reason is because you are going a far fuck way. You will be picking it up. If you were to accept the job, you'd be picking it up at Paravon and then going to Norn, actually, to the college.
Norn? Where's Norn? What college?
No, it's Gnome.
Gnome, I mean.
Start sweating in Wizardland.
As he was a noble there, and more than anything, he was renowned as a scholar, and from the notes given about him, he basically wanted to be buried, if possible, at the college, along with many other famous scholars. Now, he was not nearly as famous enough to warrant the college itself paying for that, but when quite possibly the richest family in Bretonia happens to owe you a burial, you damn well get it.
Can I get...
I mean, we can do it.
Wouldn't know further to the right.
I thought you were talking about the city of Nome in Visenland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be further to the right, though?
I don't remember. I don't have a map of Visenland in my face.
I'll just put it over to the right anyway for my own convenience.
Yeah, let me look for it.
I think Nome should be like here-ish.
Why is this not cooperating with me? There we
You
go.
can throw 20. Does anybody need anything before we go?
It's on a river. I know that much. Look for the river.
Oh, no. Visenland is like, it's here. Hold on. It's like here.
Oh, that's this place I was so close to conquering, and then
Yeah,
died.
It's very close. It's like on the border with Stirland. It's like right there.
Fuck you, witch hunters. Fuck you.
Beg your pardon.
So I was playing a game, and the witch hunters came and told my lord, told them, I was like, boy, the noble there who's been invading into the empire and winning, he's a mutant. Me, what? Wait, hang on here, lord.
What I'm hearing is just a continuation of you being, for no fault of your own, excommunicated from the church.
My family got sent in prison 3 times, and we couldn't. And I had to pay 200 gold each time to get out.
I mean, I'm not saying that I dislike Total War Warhammer, right? But just imagine like Crusader Kings: The Empire.
That's the thing.
No, that's the thing. That's a mod. It's
I'm
fun.
talking like I'm talking like an official game, not a mod.
That would be interesting.
It would be very fun.
I don't know how to do it, but it would be fun.
But yes, that's essentially the job. You would pick up the body as it's delivered to Paravon for rather obvious reasons that doesn't require a role of politics or even a high intelligence. A large contingent of Bretonnians, especially Bretonnians that aren't Paravon and therefore have no relation or even regular contact with the Empire, probably shouldn't be leaving the borders of Bretonnia, especially on a very delicate mission like that.
Smart. So we're gonna pick up the body, take it to Noon, then head to Ostermark because if someone wants to head home.
I do not want to head home. I said that out of character. Dieter has no intention of ever returning home.
Drew is supposed to find a way to make him go home.
And as mentioned, pretty much it's a good opportunity to get the job as it goes to places you haven't been before. At least as far as Danik is concerned.
I was about to say I've been to Noon.
As far as Danik is concerned, when he's bringing up this idea for you guys to actually take it, one, it builds your rapport with Quincel, which is always a good thing. Two, it makes you guys incredibly reliable because this is a very it's a very easy and delicate job. It's very unlikely even a noble's corpse is going to be robbed when in the presence of highly regarded mercenaries. That's just asking for trouble.
I thought you were just going to say a noble's corpse getting robbed, and I was about to be like raising a finger. Excuse me.
It's one thing to rob a noble's corpse when you are alone in the dead of the night and he's already buried and no one gives a shit. It's another thing to rob a noble corpse en route to a college guarded by highly trained, highly skilled mercenaries.
This man's name happened to be Jeremy Bentham.
No. But, for obvious reasons, because of the details, it's very unlikely that this would even result in any combat. Any combat that would actually happen is probably due to bad luck on your part.
Well...
Or the GM having enough of your shit.
Well...
I mean, if we're going to Nuln from Paravon, it's really not that far. It's like there.
Yeah. You guys are specifically going from the town of Paravon. That's where the body will be. So you guys will be going a bit of a ways.
Okay, I'm gonna buy a horse for this. I'm sick of walking.
Yeah. And you'll be having to go to Nuln, which is all the way at the end. Wisland, apparently.
No, it's not. I moved it to where it was.
Where did you move it? No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Hold on. Here, it is right here. It is right next to Stirland.
Oh.
So
I moved it all the way up there, but you moved it back.
Oh.
Vissen, Nuln is there, basically.
So it's a lot quicker than we thought it would be. Yay!
Actually, it's closer to there, but yeah, it's there.
Eggy, you alive?
I mean, granted, it's still the most industrialized city in the Empire, so...
Yeah. Mordheim was about to beat it, and then something happened to it.
No, Mordheim had definitely beat it. Mordheim was on the precipice of being the most advanced city in the Empire, outclassing Altdorf. And then it died.
No. Norman was always the best and would have stayed at the top. I have to say that.
Yes, yes. Spout your Wissenlander propaganda. What'd you say, Eggy?
I was just gonna say, I don't exactly care which mission that we go on next, but Addie would have a preference of not going with the pirate one, if that makes any sense.
Oh, we're
Don't
not
you wanna
going
get
back on the water. No.
I was about to say, don't you want to get revenge?
Revenge! You guys are the ones who want revenge.
You had trouble with pirates?
I was pampered. That's the right word.
She
Cost
went
us
to
money.
fight with
Will
pirates, because
mind
if you
you.
if you all get captured, it's good for her.
I was about to say, she costs us money.
Costs panic money.
I pay a Jew somewhat back.
Dieter didn't even pay all the money he had. It was like, give us all your money. Like, okay, here's like, what did I pay? Like,
I got
here's
a
30,
shilling.
here's 30 crowns, but I had like 50.
Oh,
The one
wow.
good thing out of all that is I told a joke and I managed to get Dita to laugh.
And no one will ever believe you.
You're right.
Yeah.
I have evidence. I've got 6 high level knights that can prove I can call up. That doesn't change anything. I'm gonna buy a horse, Drew. Is that okay?
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out how much it would be to get a best craft shield.
It's 10 times whatever it's about.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where a shield is even at in the armory.
It is a riding horse. Yeah, I'll put that in NPC. Do I have NPC?
Hold on. Let me see if I can actually find.
Another thing Danik will bring up is that there are a lot of contracts in Wizenland. By that, and specifically Nuln, for just about everything. Mainly gathering shit, but literally gathering stuff from just about everywhere. Jobs from gathering stuff in Wizenland itself, to jobs from going to the edge of the goddamn world and clicking up stuff there.
Huh?
Prices obviously vary.
Some assembly required.
Yes. In general, though, as he would describe it, Nuln is the best place for a fetch quest. And depending on what level of difficulty you want, that fetch quest can make you some really good money. Though none of it is going to be quickly. It's one thing to collect flowers off of the borders of Wizardland. It's another thing to go to the kingdom of Athel-Loran and collect a sample of one of their spirit trees.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
They don't know, they don't ask, and they don't want to know.
Okay.
Like,
Where the hell do you find this?
Nuln may be more well known for their explosives and gunpowder.
and welcoming of all traditions of any type.
Yeah, but they're also home to some of the smartest and weirdest people you'll ever meet, says Danik. You'll find just as many, for every one that wants a normal request, you'll find a dozen that want a weird one.
So, what was it for a best craft? 10 times?
Yeah.
Uncle Victorus. You know, he always wanted that bone marrow ointment. Weird.
So, what does best craft quality give a shield?
+5.
That's it?
+5 to parry.
I'm about to say, that's quite a bit to your parry.
It gives you +5 to use. It automatically puts that in. Also, it's a lot harder to destroy, so Drew can't actively say out he destroys it.
So
This is true.
I'm probably gonna get one of those if I can.
Me who's broke.
No, it's just I don't know. Is there one?
I recommend getting a best craftsmanship sword because that itself gives you defense, which means if you lose your shield, you have another defense weapon.
Really? But I don't even know I don't use the sword.
Oh, what? You don't two-hand stuff? Never mind. That's me.
I mainly use my lance. I have something better.
A gun.
No, a great
Oh,
sword.
wait, still auto.
I have 2 guns now.
Oh god, that's right. Dual action?
So, Drew, can I get a best craft shield?
You bet.
That one you're gonna have to custom order because best craftsmanship anything doesn't just grow on trees.
We're going back. We're going to Bretonia. You could probably get one made there. Send a
Oh
link.
no, if we're going to Bretonia, I'm gonna custom make something else when we get there. Oh, I'll wait. 'Cause I just looked up prices and I found something and I'm like, oh, really?
What is it?
If I can get full plate,
I hope.
it's like 400 gold. I have like more than 400 gold.
Hey man, how much is? I gotta look up how much a best craftsmanship sword is because we're going to Bretonia, and Bretonia makes some of the best swords.
I'm probably gonna get a lot of stuff made when we go to.
Dwarves, they can't make swords. It always takes them like a year to make one.
That's where I'd go to get my lance made. They specialize in that shit.
A year to make one of the best swords in the world.
I said it takes them 100 years. I'll be dead by before they make it.
Oh, those? Yeah, that 100 years to make a sword that is the best in the world.
Yeah, but I don't live that long.
That's not their problem.
I know. Also, dwarves just don't use swords.
So, are we going to get on the road here?
I'm allowed to make my jokes. Dwarves can make fun of me, I can make fun of dwarves.
Yep, but Danik will suggest that since you guys have
Oh, I can't even afford that!
in his eyes, in your abilities, that this will be a good opportunity to essentially, when you guys get to Nuln, to sort of take up independent work there and start just sending money back to the Sword Brothers. Maybe making your way around the Empire and avoiding as much as possible Nordland, since while he agrees that you guys are skilled, he does not agree that you guys are skilled enough to deal with the mercenary bands in Nordland that, for the most part, will try and kill you on sight.
So you're not going to come with us?
He will. You haven't been promoted yet, so you're still technically his responsibility.
Fair enough.
Hopefully
Though
we
maybe
get.
in another year or so, he will stop coming with you.
It takes us that long to get promoted. Oof.
Okay, let's go to Paravan. Everyone hops on horse.
I mean, it's more than just doing a simple deed of service to get promoted in the Sword Brothers. They value you actually staying with them more than anything
You
else.
mean standing side by side with two of my friends as we fight an army of orcs?
Yes, that.
Could really have used your longbowmanship back on that one.
Yeah, we could have. You did pretty good throwing those bottles, though.
Yeah, I decided. Listen. After using those bottles, I realized something. I gladly left those bottles behind.
That's a waste.
No, it is not. Those things will get me killed.
Yeah.
The moment a fast fire happens, they'll immediately look at me. I already started one. I don't want to start another.
No, he right.
Yes. He would essentially just recommend you guys going on a more or less grand work tour around the Empire so you guys can get a feel for the areas that you will want to work when you guys become your own independent shard. he particularly prefers to work in Bretonia, and most of his work is typically in Paragon.
I understand that. I really do.
What I will say, you know what? Before I die, I'd like to take a job in the Mute just to see what that's on about.
Don't.
Why?
Because any payment you get will be robbed from you by the time you leave the client's house.
No, I mean,
That is why you always request that your payment be in food. They can't steal it out of your stomach, no matter how hard they'll try.
Go on, bet.
No matter how hard they try.
Yeah.
I said I never.
To Danik, he will just immediately say he would rather go to Northland.
Listen, just one job, easy job, and just to see what it's like, just so I can see what their pie tastes like.
Then don't bring anything valuable.
But then I can't go there because I'm my most valuable thing.
I hate you with such a passion.
You love me because I helped you with those orcs.
That's just a respect.
True, you don't have to like someone to respect someone. By the way,
And then we
when
all
are we
breathe
getting?
fire.
At that time, I believe we reach the castle, and I will yell out to Makina, I'm back. What's up?
The hell is happening?
Oh, God. He's
The hell
alive,
is
says Makina.
The hell
Look
is
at
happening?
Pulls off the horse and grabs the orc skull. I got you a gift.
Isn't that-
Shakes his head.
I'm like, isn't that? Never mind. Never mind.
You know, Makina
Doesn't
says, admiring it, this might be the most romantic gift I've ever gotten.
Oh,
What?
sweetie, that's not good.
I know I'm not on the map, but I am there.
Yes, you are.
Dieter just shakes his head, and if Jacques tries to do anything, so I'm just like, let the boy
No, I'm
get
just trying.
himself hurt.
What is happening?
Otto has a love interest that he is
And
trying
he's-
to.
He's been trying to woo his instructor.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
exactly.
you don't. Oh, you don't want to do that.
No. He's
No,
so
you
good.
don't.
No one has told him.
All of my yarn is everywhere. God damn it! Hold on.
Literally every member of the Sword
I
Brothers
mean,
that he's met.
I
has
could-
told him to
I could say that I was the one that killed it, but let's just see what happens.
But yes, she is mildly impressed with your token of affection, I guess you can call it.
It feels more like bribery.
This is true.
If it was bribery, he'd have given her something of actual value.
That's also true.
That's also
Isn't
very true.
it to get a woman's attention you have to bribe them with something fancy to begin with?
Yes. That's also
Yes.
typically something through their stomach,
No.
not, you know.
Every
A
kiss
skull.
begins with A.
Listen, I tried giving her one. She didn't like that for some reason. So I thought she
Sorry.
likes battle, therefore this.
Corn, Jesus Christ. As soon as you said that, I was just reminded of that one meme of every kiss begins with girl. I think it was like some Doom Eternal meme. I'm sorry. Go
Hey,
ahead.
every kill begins with K.
Well, all you need is kill.
Oh yes. Well,
Yes.
guys know what I'm doing. Your turn to move, do stuff.
You're trying
Yeah.
to seduce Makina.
Dieter is going off to the local sutlers and is arguing over prices.
I'm just gonna make sure we have everything we need for our long trip. I know what I'm getting, and it's not going to be done here. It's going to be done in the confines of Bretonia.
Let's say, most likely I would have kidnapped Jock to go to the bar and get food and cake.
Get what?
Food, and I always pay them for cake, despite the fact they never have it. So
why
they
do you-
have to run and get it.
Danik resents that. He always eats your cake. And their cake, too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything would be better.
What kind of cake would you like?
What I know of cakes.
Yes.
Hmm.
You're a noble.
Hmm.
I don't know. It could be one of
the only
those.
food that the nobles would eat that even peasants eat.
I know it could be one from one of the poorer
It's a cake.
places.
I don't think a peasant would ever have had a red velvet cake, but that's just.
I'll see if they have it. Do they? Oh, does the bakery have
That's
it that they're gonna say
Richie
they have
cake.
it?
They don't have it, though. They do have a
Okay.
wider assortment of cakes ever since you started frequenting their inn.
Really? Oh, how lovely!
Yeah, it used to just be the basic bitch cake. Now they have chocolate cake, and they even have strawberry cake too.
I'll take the strawberry cake.
But how'd they get chocolate cake?
Wait, yeah, hold on.
Part of the dealings with De Winter.
Okay.
Fair enough. Tell
Probably
them I
it's-
said hello.
I'll probably get
How much
some,
again? It's
give me
like
some of that. Give me some
Also,
of
the
that
fact
chocolate.
they have been making bank off of stupid people like that keep buying cakes for like gold.
hey,
Wait,
no,
what?
I've been using silver. I've been using silver,
Oh, they
which
were
is
talking
still
about you.
way too. Oh,
I asked.
But a single slice of a lightly chocolated exterior cake should not be worth a gold crown.
and yet it is.
Yep.
Who are they
Right, that-
selling this to?
To be fair, you have to remember it's because chocolate is so rare in the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, chocolate is a new world thing.
No, red velvet is a new thing.
So yeah,
New
I'll
world.
I'll just hand over to Silver and say, your whatever you recommend type cake, and what do you want, Jack? What kind of cake?
I'm partial to
You
the
want
chocolate.
cake, right?
Yep. Just
Chocolate
one
cake,
gold
chocolate
crown for a slice, and because you're our favorite customer, they look to Adelaide. Buy one, get one free for you only.
Oh, thank you. I'll give him a tip as well.
What is
This
this
is why
tip?
you get the good shit.
What is this
It's
tip?
5 silver. What do
I
you
don't
mean?
understand. Gave him
This
more
is
money.
only like the
Should-
greatest inn in like the Empire. They have the best cake too.
I have not been around the Empire long enough to know.
But I have, so maybe, hopefully you can trust. I would assume that we've been friends for a little bit. You can trust my opinion on things, but like you don't have. It's good as cake, okay? Sit down and eat.
Nothing will be better than that fire wine before when we all thought we were gonna die.
That was good
If only I
stuff.
was there to see it.
We breathed fire apparently.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Can you guys drink that again? Just so I can see it.
Special occasion.
Fair
fine.
enough.
Very, very, very expensive wine. It's
Mhm.
called Dragon Fire for a reason.
How much?
What was it, Drew? Like a gold?
Yeah, for the chocolate cake.
No, for what I spent on that fire wine.
I think you spent
I paid for the
a
cake.
gold per bottle.
Oh, it was a gold per bottle.
Wow. Must be good stuff.
Well, I thought we were gonna die, so fuck it. And then we didn't, and now we're here.
What are you two doing?
Well,
Dieter
Well, we
is
know.
we know what
long.
Jester's doing. He's trying to get a date with Makina.
Are we
Dieter
watching
is-
this? Are we watching
Dieter
that?
is
as-
selling several things and going to the merchants and buying several other things. He's reorganizing his inventory, and by that I mean I'm reorganizing my inventory, trying to get rid of everything I don't need.
Are we watching the train wreck happen while we eat this cake?
I'd like to kind of watch, but unfortunately,
Yeah, no, I just imagine that we get our cake, we get it in like a little tub or something, one of them fucking, those
So
fucking little
I,
takeout
I had
tubs.
an instructor as well, and this this does not seem even feasible to me. But that is
Well, I mean, have you tried?
no, because my instructor was not a woman.
Fair enough.
Reasonable.
Also,
That
your
makes
instructor
sense.
probably didn't strike as much fear as Makina, since she regularly enjoys waking up her recruits in the middle of the night just to beat them shitless.
Yep.
Oh, sounds like college.
Yep, and that's on top of your normal
Wait,
training.
what? Hold on,
Wait, you never been to college
Cord,
before?
what the fuck?
You've been to college before?
I'm
Yeah,
in
you-
college.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Then clearly
You-
you've gone to the wrong part of college. If you aren't getting weekly gang beatings.
You know what? It's probably because it's COVID that's not happening
It's
to me.
frat,
let's be honest.
or frat wars.
Oh, fair enough. It's just a community college, so like they're too poor to even try and beat me up.
No, they're just too
Bunch of
lazy.
poor people trying to beat me up.
They're just too lazy. It's a community college.
That too, but we're all fucking poor.
That's not an excuse. That's a
Yes.
justification. That's a justification.
Quad, I already believe you're selling stuff.
Yes, I'm selling things. You gave me.
I always forget it. What's the? Mainly because Warhammer likes to be the one system that has all the different skills names. It's not. Is it perception?
Perception? Yeah, what
For
am I?
what?
For
Perception,
what?
Hearing.
perception hearing?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I need perception? Okay, hold
I just
on.
need you to roll something.
Do I have anything for hearing?
Could be
No.
gossip. Depends what he's hearing.
No, if I'm trying to listen to for something, then it's probably okay. Any bonuses?
Is it the sounds of Otto's bones breaking?
Yeah, I
I
wish.
hope it is.
That would give him definitely
So-
plus.
So,
Nope.
do you
Yeah, fuck it.
know why he fancies her? Has that been established?
He
Well,
fancies her because he enjoys being abused. No.
No, I'm saying that to Adelaide.
I know she's gonna like be mid bite, stop, like eat her food and say, you know what? I always thought of him as a sort of masochist, so maybe that's why.
No. Well, he did take a hit from that giant orc, so I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
You think Danik would be with the amount of times he gets surrounded and dogpiled?
I know, right? Well, I mean, he does have the armor, so maybe he just doesn't feel it. So,
I know that feeling.
oh yeah, she's gonna like tap on your armor. You do got pretty good armor.
Not proper.
Are you a
armor.
masochist? If you're saying that Danica
No,
is?
I made to take hits, so those like you do not have to.
Hey,
You, with
it was only until I believe the first session that you had joined was the first session that I actually got hit.
you didn't just get hit; you were bedridden for a week.
Yeah. But ever since you joined, well, actually, no, not ever since. The first time you joined, you kind of threw me off balance.
Why?
Well, it's a new person that I have to get used to and see how they would react to my, expressive nature.
Well, you fight with an unorthodox weapon, but
Unorthodox.
a whip.
I wouldn't say that it's unorthodox. I would just say it's a bit different. Anyway, eat your cake.
She will explain she isn't interested in passing France and living in North. Actually, oh wow. Whew.
Like, You have been awarded one
Yes!
singular yike.
Damn! Bro, Otto, take off a health point for that. You were just the emotional
In
fucking damage.
Otto's defense, and for clarity's sake, she doesn't say it as a slight against his skills, but just as a general fact that the average lifespan of a mercenary is at most 5 years in their band. It's not a life that, even for actually truly skilled individuals who are like gifted, they tend not to live long, and the Sword Brothers in particular take jobs that are considered very dangerous.
Really, what gave you that idea? Was it the army of orcs?
Yes, and the fact that that is only considered a mild impressive note that you guys actually dealt with that should give you an indicative of the kind of shit the Sword Brothers get up to. Danik himself is considered a living legend in the Sword Brothers for no other reason than the fact that he survived the amount of shit he's been through.
He is a literal tank with legs.
He's a wall. He literally took the place of the wall when he got stabbed.
I am the wall.
I wonder how Mayor Captain Steve is doing.
Oh, he's fine.
Just cuts over to Steve. What do you mean we can't use the murder room anymore? It's our most used room in the city.
I'm saying we can't use the murder room.
Oh.
We're turning into something else, something more pleasant.
The death room?
No!
Are we gonna make it the room of betrayal now instead of the alley of betrayal?
I prefer the box canyon of betrayal.
We don't have that.
We can dig one.
We do have the river of agony.
The river of agony. The catwalk of no hope.
That's because everyone who takes a bath in the river gets dysentery.
Oh god, what's in the river?
I don't know, but it's giving people dysentery.
The kitchen of we also have the kitchen of woe, because nothing good ever comes out of there.
I thought you meant WOAH.
It's
like,
only the kitchen of woe when Adelaide goes in there.
Oh,
what? You know what? I actually kind of like that. Ow! I'm in so much pain.
you don't stab yourself in your knitting.
I did not stab myself. I think I'm just getting sick.
Yes.
Okay.
Otto is having a vicious typing conversation. Making sure we have everything we need when we go on this trek. I do need to find out where we can find a ship called the vessel called the Luckless Lady.
I would rather not,
Why?
because ship means going on water, and going on water means PTSD.
Well, we don't have to go on it. I apparently own the ship now.
You own a ship?
Apparently.
I'm never coming over to your house.
I don't live in a house. I live in a castle. What do you take me for?
Eat the cake.
Manchester, is this a paragraph? What the fuck?
No.
Yeah, this dude really
Makina
made
is
me
not
write
looking
for a
forward
long
to this
time.
response.
We're like leaning in, and even Dieter's just
Nope,
like.
it is.
Oh no.
God damn.
Was it Quam? Is that what took you so long?
Yes. Okay. English is left.
Quelm.
I have to say, Jester, I gave you props. That's smooth.
Is it?
Decently. More than most people in the warband can have. She looks forward to you proving those words, but does not actually hope that that actually happens, because she doesn't. but she'll keep
Listen.
those words to herself.
Very interesting that he is attempting to court his instructor. It is very unorthodox. The student
Everyone
teacher.
believes he
Very
might
odd.
be a masochist.
The student teacher relationship is supposed to be sacred.
I mean, yeah, he hasn't been a teacher for a good. She hasn't been his teacher for a good year now.
Still,
You're obviously in the wrong area if you bring that up.
Makes no comment. But yes.
so are we...
I probably should mention this, but as you guys do get a lot more money, property buying is a thing.
Oh.
It's a very expensive thing. So when I say get more money, when I say you have 1,000 or so gold in the bank, you might consider looking into getting property.
Why?
Property like
Bro,
housing or
investments
maybe
are a
buying
thing, right?
a farm.
wait,
That's 'cause it-
but like, Drew, God, investments are a thing, right?
Yes. You can make
I should
specific
totally-
investments if you want, and I will tell you how
Bro.
those go depending on what it is you're investing in.
I have to earn 242 more crowns.
You know what?
For what?
I'm
to,
going.
to afford all of my trappings to become a witch hunter.
Wow.
Because I have to buy a set of full plate, a best craftsmanship hand weapon, and a crossbow pistol, among other things.
I need the full crate too. That's what I'm getting when we go to
Guys just
Percona.
No.
the full plate.
No, because
What?
mine's made with all my fucking symbols on it from my dukedom and shit.
What if?
I mean,
Go ahead, Jester.
how much best craftsmanship weapons do you need?
I need a best craftsmanship hand weapon, a suit of full plate, a crossbow pistol, and some other stuff I already have.
Would you like to borrow my best craftsmanship hand weapon?
I'd prefer to actually own it.
I
Also,
mean, if
I'm never gonna wear the full plate, so like Corn, you give me some money, I'll buy it, get it for my trapping, and then I'll give it to you. And you can do whatever you want to it.
Well, I would want it custom made from the beginning. You can use it to class up if you want.
how much is the chest? How much is the full plate chest piece?
I don't remember.
Like 75.
Yeah, I think so. But it doesn't matter. I can't buy it. I have to buy the full set at once.
Yeah, I have all plate. It's just not the set.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I'm probably gonna sell my pieces when I get the plate because you get it anyway.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so
Then I need armor for my horse.
You're on your own with that. Good thing you're heading to Bretonia.
What?
Good thing you're heading to Bretonia.
I know, right?
it is officially spring now. Correct? Now that we've returned to the fortress.
Yes, it is.
It's time. Okay, time to put the winter clothing away.
Ooh.
It feels nice.
Oh, no cover.
So how long has he been courting this lass?
Literally since this game has begun.
No.
Yeah, like as soon as he upgraded from being a handle to being a shard, he was all over her. It was actually quite funny.
Didn't you wait until you are one of proper standing before trying to court someone above your station?
It's not that. It's that when he upgraded in rank, he thought he was hot shit. He still thinks he's hot shit. So
Well, he
now
did
he's-
stab that orc in the face and shoot it in the eye.
Hmm,
It was pretty good.
oh. Pretty good is not hot shit.
That
What is hot? What is hot shit?
Well, Danik, why don't you tell some of your stories?
Well, there was the time I faced a troll.
Oh.
Yes, it was a mountain
Oh.
troll. Might have been a giant. We're not really sure on that one. Anyway, so that's how my last team died. But I have high hopes for this team.
Comes back. Hello, walks into the tavern. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Oh, never mind.
Never mind. My hopes are slightly dimmer.
Yeah.
What?
No,
I feel like I just walked.
Don't worry,
feel like
Otto. Everything's okay.
Danik going on about how one of his party members died.
No, his entire party.
His entire party. But he lived.
Well, no, there was the one guy who lived. He just will never walk again.
Oh.
Now he
So,
lives
like-
on my in my manor.
So, like, Otto, when he got hit by that troll, we were all like...
Yeah, I'm still surprised he lived that.
You can't kill me off that easily. Only more will take my soul.
More comes down, slaps you.
As you say this, Dieter has returned from his shopping trip wearing a new hat and the symbol of more.
Oh, a fellow believer. Oh, pleasure to meet you. Who are, oh, Dieter, that's you.
I always believed in the gods, but I am not a religious person. Now sit back down.
I was never standing. Sorry, I was never sitting. Oh, I think that all hit me a little too hard.
You people are
So-
weird, Dick. Danik says.
Well, pot calling the kettle black there, my friend.
I'm not weird. I'm a faithful swordsman who might as well be a glorified wall after our last mission.
Your
Yeah,
man,
so
that's your man from this last conversation should be retired and living on your estate.
Well, I get bored.
Danik's over here like, I wasn't born, I was built.
He was built Ford tough.
I was built different.
No, he's not built for tough. No, he's built with Toyota durability.
When you spend your bitch screwed Toyota, he was built by Nokia. Or Nokia, my bad.
Nokia.
Yeah, he was built by IKEA. That's well known for their durability.
Also, the impossibility to build.
Yeah, that's why he's so impressive. But yeah,
There are many
Well-
reasons why Danik is impressive.
yeah, no. Danik would love to retire if he could actually stand retirement for more than a month. He gets antsy.
I mean, I can show you how to really have fun in retirement. Venture the world!
If he didn't already know your capabilities with pirates, he would assume you were hitting on him.
Why would I hit on what? What? You've broken Adelaide's brain.
Danik, you've done the impossible. You actually made it be quiet for more than 10 seconds.
I am a man amongst men. What can I say?
Bitch!
It's not the proper terminology, but okay.
Alright, bastard. Does that make you happy?
It's
How
pronounced.
Also, that's not the proper terminology either. I'm assuming all of our parents were wed before we were born.
No clue. Says Danik.
Excluding detail.
Didn't ask.
Okay, two of us were most likely, and definitely not bastards. Stares at the knife questioningly.
I wouldn't
But
be
they
a
sort
knight
of
if I
go
was
together.
a bastard.
Yes, you would.
I never get to talk to them, they died.
Bastards can be knights. Some of the best knights.
Right.
I mean,
You're not wrong.
No, you're right.
You're right.
If I-
So are we gonna
So-
get going? Are you done?
Are we camping here for a few days? Because, to be fair, my ass needs to sit down for longer than for a night on the ground.
And you're sure that this has nothing to do with
the
your
pounding you just
infatuation
took?
with your previous instructor?
The pounding you just took.
I enjoy my poundings as much as the next person, but to be fair, this group has a bit of a fetish for it.
Okay,
Drink
Daniel,
Steve.
you're not wrong. He has been. It's less that you're enjoying. You have a attraction to jobs that involve pounding, and more that the pounding seems to be attractive to you.
It seems to be attracted to all of us. Stares at the man who was surrounded by orcs giving him a pounding.
Yeah, I need to get new set of armor anyway. I can just use one of my old ones.
Oh dear God, that's right. We need to get you new armor. You are literally our most capable defense.
That's a fine. I got a few sets at home.
We're going to Pretonia anyway.
At home?
We are? Why are we going to Pretonia?
I thought we had to go to Pretonia.
Yeah.
D2.
I have a home, Adelaide. Didn't accept.
I don't really care for home.
So we're going on another mission. I'd like it. Maybe I should get some of their fine wine.
Oh,
I have
God.
one more bottle of that fire wine.
We'll save that for when we kill another war chief. How about that?
I was saving it for whenever we survive another suicidal encounter, but okay.
So next week?
Probably tomorrow.
Who are you picking a fight with?
I don't know, we'll find out tomorrow, I guess.
You know, you type that, but no one can tell the difference.
I will kill you.
I want to be the first. You're not going to be the last.
Never is, huh?
I mean, she's been trying to kill me from day one.
Hey, not day one. Day one,
Who
it was
threw a
Dieter.
knife at me on day one?
Day one, it was Dieter.
No, Jesus shot me with fake arrows. You threw a real knife at me.
They weren't fake? Were they fake, dude?
I shot fake arrows at him, yeah. I hit him a couple times.
You threw a real knife at me.
I can do it again if you want.
You can try, but you always miss.
She did that the first day I joined.
Why'd you have to say that?
Is it a tradition that every time someone joins or so,
Ha!
you throw a knife at Otto?
Shit.
Yes.
Steve,
And now it's in the wall.
Alright, pick up your
Oh,
knife and
shit,
leave.
damn, Steve! I forgot him, Steve! Steve comes out the bushes. Yeah! Oh, shit!
Comes out of nowhere, throws a fucking dagger, completely misses.
Steve pops out the bushes. Duel! Throws.
That's not how you start a duel.
Oh, yes, it
I
is.
mean, he heard it. He heard it,
He
didn't
heard it. He heard it.
I goddamn, I love that war. I love that. Oh, that regiment is forever canon in all games.
Duel!
Also, thank you for the dagger, Adelaide, as I walk outside.
I swear to God!
Don't use the gods' names in vain.
I swear to all of the gods.
Hey.
We will hurt you.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry,
no.
Jacques. I did not mean the lady. I'm sure the lady's a very nice person. But I don't know how revengeful they can be.
I'm sure she's a very nice lady.
Well,
Sure.
are you Bretonian and are you of nobility?
I can surely pretend to be.
No.
No. To be fair, she has.
I had.
Don't tell me that.
I mean, I could probably get her to do Winter's Pants. I mean, come on, Noble.
Well,
Nah.
when that
Ignore.
happens, then you can invoke the lady when that happens. But until then, please.
God
I'll take
damn
that
it.
as a challenge.
Not really?
You brought it on yourself.
I don't know what. I was just making a statement and asking.
You brought it on yourself.
Let's see which one can get a love interest first, Adelaide or Otto.
Oh, most assuredly me, but not for the reason you think.
I mean, technically. Well, never mind.
You're throwing your hat into the
Oh,
ring?
does Dieter have a love interest already?
Technically, Dieter got laid last session.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah, that's
what?
right. I remember that.
Drew threw that in as an offhanded comment, but when I was looking for the repeater crossbow, I didn't find that, but I did get laid, and then I re-rolled, found it anyway.
He didn't find the crossbow, but he found some bitches.
I did.
He found,
And then
he
he
found
probably
some
found-
said,
I'm not
Sweet,
interested
sweet.
in bitches. I want my crossbow.
and then he left.
I left satisfied and with a crossbow,
See, that's why he's at
which I
Smirk.
will never use.
Why?
Because well, for one, I do not yet have Specialist Weapon Group crossbow. You don't get it until, I don't, here's the weird thing.
I could've.
No. The bounty hunter, you have to own a crossbow to use it, but you do not get Specialist Weapon Group crossbow.
It's hilarious. What I just became, I was allowed to pick 2 special weapon groups of any type.
And so, Vampire Hunter gives me Specialist Weapon Group crossbow, I just have to purchase it.
When I become a knight, I get flail.
But I really don't want to because it's extremely bulky. It's like 150 by itself.
I need to get a better apparently to become a knight.
So yeah, are we heading out?
Yep.
You're on the road again. Now with 3 horses.
Whee! Chewie has a lot of company now.
Until I get my 4th, because apparently I need a better horse.
What's wrong with your horse?
No, to become a knight, I literally need a better horse. It literally...
How do you feel about that?
I need, like, the second best horse.
It is required, yes.
That's, like, which the best horse is, which I would love to get, which is a Bretonian horse.
This is why Dieter doesn't have a horse yet. He's just waiting for you to upgrade.
I do not need a horse, and I don't know how to ride.
Neither does anyone else.
I know how to
I
ride.
know how to ride.
My
I'm gonna ride.
My
Never mind.
ride's maxed out.
Jesus.
I have-
Sir, I can beat you.
I have no. Why would I ride when I can walk so much easier?
What do you mean, Jesus? I'm a fucking Bretonian. Of course I know how to ride a fucking horse.
I'm becoming a pistolier. I need to know how to ride a horse.
My main source of combat is on a horse.
Adelaide just likes having her stuff carried.
I just like
And she
shoving this lance into people.
And she also loved Chewie for ever since she started her training at the Sword Brothers. And she finally got him.
I don't want to get another horse. I just have to because it literally says I have to get a better horse. The 2 most expensive. That's more expensive than the plate. It's 100.
Yes, horses.
Yeah, it's 100 more gold.
Horses tend to be more expensive than armor.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saving my money for after I get my armor. On the road again.
On the road
Now,
again.
To those of you who were on the mission last time, you are shocked by how quickly shit goes when you have a local knight or squire in this case.
Knight errant.
Now, most of them just, like most of the patrols that are constant in Paravon, just let you go at the mere sight of him. Or his family crest that's presumably somewhere splendid on him.
It's on my shield. And I assume I have a tabard.
A few who are not known to you, but whose families are acquainted or to the point of peerage with you that they are obligated to at least stop and say hi, are the only ones that really stop you. And it's more or less just for a quick, hello.
Oh, yes.
I bring greetings from my house, and I bring greetings from mine. Good day, good day.
Good day. Lovely weather, yes.
That happens not often, but enough for everyone to remember that he is in fact from Bretonia, and his family is presumably well off enough that they can allow some of their random children to go wandering off to the Empire while still a squire.
Knight errant. It's a basic class.
Fame, pomp, and ceremony.
Now, when you get the Paravon itself, you are pleasantly or otherwise, depending on who you ask, surprised that the Bonnie has not yet arrived, though this is...
So he's still alive.
Yeah, yes, it's still alive.
Out of character joke. Not
Yes.
really
He was actually sleeping. It was a deep sleep. It's very awkward.
Well, Dieter said about a man in a coma.
And you have roughly a week to... You have about a week to get along in Paravon, which isn't enough to actually have a brand new spanking bit of armor made, since that'll take months. Especially if it's best craftsmanship, which would probably take the better part of a year.
No, I don't have that kind of money. Are you crazy?
But you are able to take this short week to replenish yourself from the road ahead and enjoy the local city as much as you would desire.
4,000 gold, fuck. Do I look like a knight of the realm?
Wait, what's 4,000 gold?
Best craft full plate.
Huh? You screwed.
No, you need that to become a knight of the realm. Not a knight. A knight's just full plate. Which I'm gonna at least start getting made now. And then we just come pick it up when it's done. Is that possible, Drew?
I'm sorry, was what possible?
To at least get it start being made? And then just come back when it's done? Or no?
If it was anyone else, he would say no. But you're a noble from Bretonia. Your word is fairly good, and if for some reason you were unable to pay, they can always go back to your parents, who you know damn well would probably kill you themselves if they got a message from a blacksmith saying that you haven't been able to pay off what you asked for. In fact, you are fairly confident that your father, if not your mother, would probably beat you to death with the armor that you bought. Not due to the fact that it's an expensive purchase, but due to the fact that you had the audacity to try and order something you couldn't get yourself.
But I can get it myself, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it ordered if I couldn't get it.
Yeah. If you have them... Oh, I thought you were saying I would like to try and lay down the order for the 4,000 crown one. I was like, okay. If you have enough for an up front.
No.
We're paying it in installments.
They won't accept that, but they'll accept an upfront and assume by the time you come back, like 6 months later, you'd have the rest of the payment.
You said best craft would take a year. That'd be like a fucking year.
As I said, 6 or the better part of a year. Could be 6 months, could be longer, but if you came back 6 months later to check on it, which he would assume you'd do, he assumes you'd have the rest of the money.
Yeah. So how long would it take to get this?
Depends if you want any special features.
Special features.
Yes, Paravon is actually has a very interesting relationship with the dwarves. if you want, and especially because it's best quality, typically the best quality in Paravan, it's not uncommon for some of the blacksmiths, especially the ones in the capital city who are actually being paid by the noble family, and especially the Duke, to have actually been trained at least somewhat by dwarves, or those who have been trained by dwarves. So it's, especially due to the fact that you're a noble, possible that if you were to pay quite a bit extra, you can get some runes.
How much extra?
A lot.
Yeah. So, you asked the question you already know the answer to.
I'd have to
Could
look
they
up
be-
the specific rune cross in the book before I give you for sure.
Can they be added later, or does it have to be in creation?
They can be added later, I know that for a fact. It's just, typically with runes, they are better. A very big thing about runes is if you have shitty material, you are not putting a rune on it. Mainly because of the fact that it'd be an insult to whoever you asked to put a rune on it. But also because it would be a fairly shitty rune. Runes they weren't entirely based upon what material they are used to make it, but it's a very big factor in how powerful it is. So, for instance, some of the higher tier runes can only be on best quality stuff.
Nah. Interesting.
So if you wanted to, and also even minor runes, at least with how I've seen it ruled, if you put a minor protection rune on best quality stuff, it'll typically be better. Because it's been given a boost by the expert craftsmanship used in it.
Very interesting. Be back in the home country of Breton. Nothing. So yeah, are you looking up how much these are?
I'm trying to see if there's any. I don't remember if there's any actual prices for runes.
I don't think there are.
That's something I think. That's something I believe you have to do. That's for quest or something or job. Like, hey, you not the dwarf likes what you did, so he's willing to put a rune on your thing because you did real good.
I know they have special rules for stuff that's made of Grimoire or Ethimlar.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. They don't have a Grimoire and Ithia don't have money on them.
Yeah, they do. They're always considered best quality, so it's already times 10. And Grimoire adds another 4 times to the indicated price.
Jesus. I just want no more.
Did you want to put a rune on it?
If it doesn't break the bank.
You'll break the bank.
Then.
But yes. Essentially, since I'd have to make up most of these runes as a GM, you can get runes that increase your armor's potency, or all the way up to, if you got like a basic protection rune, for instance, would probably increase the armor of the rune, where you put it, by 1. An advanced one might increase all of the armor by 1, or increase certain places by 2. A best quality rune of protection would basically be the Warhammer equivalency to a Void Shield or something, where you could have a chance of it completely negating an attack.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of money.
Obviously, something like that would be ludicrously expensive, and would probably double the price of whatever you're asking it to be on. So, it also would probably require something that's best craftsmanship to work.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Now, then again, if you're already going to buy something that's 4,000 gold, could be assumed that you might have 1,000 or so extra to buy a minor charm, like for instance, a basic rune of protection, I'm going to say would probably be only about 500 gold. If you have an extra 1,000, you could increase your armor and your head by an extra 1 armor.
Like you might want to get a like if you get a good best crafted lance, you might want to buy a rune of sharpness.
Yes. Increasing penetration or giving it penetration.
Things to think about for later.
There's a lot of runes you can get. The problem is, first off, you're limited to buy whatever runes the blacksmith knows, unless you happen to go to a dwarf, in which case you're just limited by your money. In the case of Paravon, they are primarily known for their the
monster hunting
few masters that there are known for their runes of protection.
Paravon, the monster hunters.
Yep.
You could probably find a few blacksmiths that have runes for more offensive stuff, but primarily their attention has been with armor and things that enhance armor. So naturally, when they over the centuries, they've picked up that particular aspect of dwarven runes.
Mm-hmm. So I don't think I'm getting any runes because those are expensive.
Yeah. It would literally double the cost of your basic full plate if you wanted that.
Yeah. No. Just get the full plate. Yes?
Yep, I assume you want your family symbols on all that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will take a couple months to build because they are custom making this for you.
It's the only way to do it.
Yep.
Or you just get really lucky when you're a Norseman and you defeat a knight and you find his spare plate armor just sitting around
Slap it on.
and you take it and you turn it into the birch armor.
Yep. But after you've paid and you guys wait a week, eventually the body does arrive. It is not moving. It is definitely dead.
Do I pay all of it at once or some now and some when I come back?
You pay all at once.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
If you had unless you want to come up with a reason why you shouldn't and put your name on the line.
No, I can. I give him the money. Just subtracted it.
Would you like him to deliver that to your current residence in Reichvane or Reichberg? Or just hold it here?
I think we'd return to the base a lot because Otto needs to try to convince his lady love to give him. Am I wrong?
I bet you leave me to my love life and you do your own armor thing. I don't interfere with your love life, and I know Adelaide's not going to get any, so.
Oh.
Ow.
And you said
Yeah, damn.
Actually,
Yeah, damn. Ow.
Adelaide, how about Adelaide? You take that 1 point of damage.
No.
Yeah, just
I wouldn't take damage. I take that as a compliment because you actually understand Adelaide. Then
yeah. So
that's a fucking compliment. I thank you, Otto.
To the base.
Pats you on the head.
No,
Pats you on the head.
motherfucker.
So about this body.
Yes, the body is in a very ornate coffin.
And I said yes, send it to the sword brothers.
Who here knows how to use a wagon?
Well, when you attach it to a horse, you just pull it.
Who here knows how to drive?
Nope.
I'm driving.
Yeah, so it's basically the medieval equivalent to a hearse, but it does have a very dark and grim aura around it, as you might expect from a basically hearse.
Otto, here, if you're gonna ride that, you need to wear all black. Because you're a hearse driver.
Oh, hello, Steve.
The men from De Winter, these are actual housemen, led by a knight, in fact, are very quick to ascertain your identities, make sure you are the people they're supposed to be delivering this to, because that would be awkward. Before bidding you farewell, safe travels, and very speedy...
Don't die.
Yeah.
Ow, mother. Ow.
Stop.
It's not my fault.
Yes, it is.
It's not my fault.
Whose fault is it, Addy?
I'll be right back in the abandoned action.
Oh, wow. So while she's doing that, Drew, do I know how long the armor it'll take before the armor is delivered to the
Well, take about a couple months to build, and maybe another month or two to get it to Reichsburg.
So like 3 months.
Give or
Expect
take
6
a couple
months.
A couple's like 2. At least that's what I always thought a couple meant.
Listen, we'll have a lot of time. We'll get there. It'll be there. Let's do 6 months. It'll be there without a doubt.
Shipping and handling fees are
pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And that's to assume it doesn't get stolen along the way.
Yeah, or a real dick and make it a quest where you have to go reclaim your stolen armor.
Just leave it here then.
That'd be interesting. Like, you get news of a bandit wearing his colors and a full blade.
Oh, then this man has to clearly die. And not just die. I will destroy his whole family.
That's not the blacksmith's fault. He lived in it. Blame the merchant. Well, he probably died. The merchant probably already got killed when they stole the armor.
This is what happens when you slight a noble in Pretonia. They destroy your entire family.
No, they made the entire family. That's worse.
But yes, the trip back is about as peaceful as, well, can be. You have the occasional beastmen, but it's nothing too problematic.
Filthy creatures.
Okay, Drew, when do we get attacked by orcs?
Nope, you guys never get attacked by orcs. Though, out of curiosity, how does your shifts work? Like, when it comes down to night and you all have to rest, how does that work?
I mean, there are 4 of us.
We'll go last.
Okay, it's not actually that bad. I'd like to believe that we'd all be able to get equal sleep. You know?
No, we're talking about we're talking about what turns.
Well, I mean, we'd probably the smart thing to do is rotate it every day, so we all get yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna have it that we just swap out shifts during the night.
No, swapping out shifts, but I mean, what shift you have varies by night.
I mean,
that way it's not predictable if we're being tracked.
That is true.
I have an idea.
But should it be
Since
like 2 people? Oh, sorry.
I mean, if teacher's willing to do teacher, do you have good perception?
Not really.
I was going to say, if teacher's willing to sleep during the day in the wagon, It's a bit rugged, but he could do the pull the all-nighter while sleep on the wagon while we travel.
That's a Dieter question.
That's why I was offering.
I can probably do it.
That way we have someone who, well, everyone's rested and whatnot. And since
Eggy, no, stop.
It's not my fault.
Aggie,
You
So
keep
you guys
doing
just
it.
have one person watches.
yeah, one person watches the night. Because
Okay, just
knowing
put your
Dieter,
number in chat, and I'll assume Danik is probably the last.
I actually would recommend that at least 2 people are on duty at night.
then we'll be tired when we travel.
2 people?
Yes.
Alright,
You guys
how
have an
many?
odd number of 5
There's-
people, though.
There's 5 people.
God damn it, I hate it when I do that.
I was thinking that something we can do is,
The idea is Dieter pulls an all-nighter because he can sleep during the day in the wagon, while each of the 4 people stays up with him during shifts.
I maintain that since we have, I forgot about Danik, since we have 5 people, we can take 4 people a night, do shifts of 2 hours, and the 5th person sleeps all night, and we rotate every day.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
Alright.
That way, we get a irregular amount of normal sleep, and if we are being watched, they won't be like, okay, this person is on every time at this night, let's get them then. Anyway,
Yeah.
Well,
The plot.
So, I need everyone's number. Just put it in the chat. All I have right now is Jester. If you are partnering up, just put the same number as your partner.
So we're not partnering up?
I guess not. Nope.
So we're not partnering up, guys?
Nope.
Okay.
Apparently not.
no.
yes,
I don't know.
Apparently not.
perception, but I do have night vision, so
The hell?
yeah.
Okay.
You got a problem with that?
It's a little
Princely?
odd.
Everyone roll perception, and since you have night vision, you get a plus. What is it for the night vision?
It just lets
Yeah.
me see up to 30 yards in natural darkness.
I'll give you a plus 15.
There we go. Do I say anything, Drew?
Jesus Christ.
I'll let you know.
I'm a fake point. Damn, really?
Oh, yeah.
Told you.
What's my willpower?
Told you.
Wow,
I don't
Dieter.
have good perception. Look, it's been a bad day. My computer's been laggy this entire goddamn time, and I haven't rolled well. So,
I'm surprised
do
you
not
got-
speak to me. Do not speak to me, armored peasant.
I was,
I had a 50-50
I
chance now to get
don't
that. I got-
exactly understand how this works.
You
Roll
Your
perception.
Your old
No,
perception.
no. If you would let me fucking finish. I have Sixth Sense, and I don't quite understand how exactly it works, and I would like some help.
That means the GM will roll your willpower. So like that's the GM does, and will give you information. You do nothing about it. You just have to let the GM know you have it.
Alright. May I do that in this scenario?
Yes.
Okay, so just roll willpower then, yes?
I mean, it's not
The
usually
GM
something you
roll-
ask. It's just more like oh yeah, you have 6 cents. Roll.
No, you don't even roll the willpower. The GM rolls that.
Alright.
What is your willpower?
26.
Oh, wow.
Did you say 96?
20.
Okay. I was about to
That's
say,
why
I think you fucked
That's-
up.
That's why I said, oh, wow.
She's not a firm believer.
Nope, you don't notice anything. So
I mean-
roll your perception as normal.
Yeah, I mean, Korn, you're like, oh wow. You have to remember, Eki doesn't really do careers. She just kind of hoards XP. She doesn't. She just
Can I
kind of
roll
has.
mine?
Yeah, you can.
So it's not terribly surprising.
Okay, so the night goes on. Otto, at some point in the night, you wake up and it's fairly. I shouldn't say you wake up. At some point during your watch, you hear a fair amount of noise coming from where everyone's sleeping, which I assume is in the shade or safety of around the little carriage, maybe even under it, but it just seems to be
Loud.
some local wildlife. By wildlife, we don't mean beastmen, but actual mild wildlife.
Pick up the lantern and slowly walk in that direction.
Yeah.
My pistol in hand.
You notice Adelaide has just been kind of rolled out of her little sleeping bag.
What shift is this happening in?
This would be the first shift.
I drag Adelaide back into the camp. Holding out the camp. God damn it. So nothing of importance?
None that you're able to tell.
I guess I'll just keep an eye out until my camp is over, and whoever's after me, I'll inform them that there's animals about, so just be careful.
The other rest of your watches has similar things happen, where every now and again you'll hear something, you'll look around, it just seems to be a wild dog. There's that one moment where you're fairly certain there's a bat in Adelaide's hair, and you might probably mildly freak out whoever it is at that particular watch moment.
At the mention of a dog in the future, Ragnar screams.
Somewhere on the high seas, a white-bearded man just suddenly shivers.
Hey, remember, it's spring now, so it should be red.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget his long flowing mane.
That's what changed the colour.
But yes, no one really notices anything, but as you wake up, Adelaide, you feel horrible.
What happened?
Basically,
Like
you feel lethargic, like you've been partying all night. Morning sickness, one of those two is basically what you're feeling, but times that by about 10.
Ooh.
Morning sick. What?
You're not sure
Morning
what came
sickness.
over you, but you feel awful. Basically, your fatigue is near maxed out for the rest of the next couple days, as you just seem to come under the weather. I assume everyone else just kind of puts her in the cart as she isn't really suitable to be able to ride on her own.
Well,
I will check her out. Have you been drinking?
No.
I'll make sure Chewie doesn't stray.
Have you been eating badly?
Sort of.
Did you eat any mushrooms last night?
No, I was just asleep.
Okay, here. Pulls out some brandy. I need you to drink a glass of this each hour.
Oh god.
Teacher's going to look at you whilst you tell her that, and he's just going to be like, I don't think that will help anyone.
This is a proven medical, aka medieval time, so.
Teacher just squints at you and be like, yes, trusted medical advice.
How
from the bookworm.
Jesus Christ, is there just a biker gang outside?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I guess it stopped. She's gonna say, how about I just drink a bit of water first?
That's not good. Water is clear and offers no benefit. This is full of healthy and will help you clear whatever's bad is inside you.
Dieter is behind Otto at this point, just shaking his head. He's gonna go get her some water.
I'm like,
I
come
don't
on,
think
Chewie.
I'll take the
Let's
water.
go, Chewie.
Chewie, the moment you like go near him, and it isn't to feed him, he just like starts nibbling on the closest thing on you, so probably your hand or something. It doesn't hurt.
No, I'm
But
wearing
it's
plate. Of
goopy.
course it doesn't hurt.
I know, but it's not like he's trying to crunch down. It's more of like nibbling.
Have you ever had a horse? Have you ever had a horse nibble on you?
Yes,
It hurts.
It hurts.
it does.
Well, he's not
Does it
trying.
hurt when you're wearing 3 layers of protection?
Maybe.
I mean, have you ever been to one of those, I forget what they're called, but basically they put you in one of those big puffy suits and let an attack dog bite your arm. You feel the pressure.
But nonetheless, your job duty is to drink a small shot of brandy once an hour.
I'll take the water instead.
The water is bad. Listen to me. I am the doctor.
Are you really?
Yes, more of a doctor than she'll ever afford.
There's
Just
a
because I don't.
difference. I'm going to quote the law.
Just trying to make-
Dieter, much later, Dieter is just going to like saddle up with a water skin and just be like, because I assume I can find clean running water, of which there is plenty in all worlds. Drew.
I make no comment.
Drew,
The
do I need to
alcohol,
explain to you
Brandy.
how water works?
Hmm?
Do I need to speak with you on how water works?
It flows upwards, right?
No.
Actually, it can.
Not usually.
And even when you have to use the word usually to win the argument.
What the hell
But
is
yes,
happening?
I'll be honest. I was kind of tuning you guys out as you roleplay.
Okay, drink the brandy for about 4 hours and then get some sleep.
Yep, get drunk off your ass and go to bed.
Eggy's asking for water, and Otto is insisting that no, you need to drink brandy for the next 4 hours, and Dieter's just like, I'm gonna go find some clean water.
There was no clean water.
Which I presumably have. Yes, there is!
I have some.
It's been in your pouch for about 5 days. That ain't clean. There's a reason why sailors have an ounce of alcohol in there when they travel. So you can shut it.
Yes, sailors. You know why it's sailors? Because they're surrounded by salt water. Do you understand how inane it is to say there is no clean water on land with rivers and streams and lakes?
And how many people get sick from those rivers, lakes, and streams?
Not where I thought this.
Back in the day, when there weren't many pollutants in the water, very rarely.
You do know
If you
people.
If you know how to look for good water, you will not get sick.
I will say this: Dieter is probably. If you're around Dieter, unless you're in a desert, he could probably find you fresh water decently quickly.
Thank you.
As for Jester's plan with alcohol, it's not unfounded in the medieval times. They probably would think that's a good way to make sure she stays, relaxed and asleep.
I'm not saying that's not true. I'm just saying it won't make you less sick.
I mean,
No, but I'm
typically,
trying
in the medieval times, their version on you getting sick is either if we don't know what it is and we can't treat it, there's not much we can do. We might as well make you comfortable while you probably die.
I'm taking you out in the woods.
Then after I take you out into a school.
What?
That's fine. I've been to the capital. I'm okay with urban environments, but I'm gonna take you out to like deep woods where there ain't no stars.
I'm gonna leave you there.
I'm gonna leave you there, and I'll come back in 5 days.
See how it goes. But
Can we keep? We have an important mission that needs to be done.
regardless of how
Let's try.
Adelaide's treatment is done, she feels better by the time you guys get to Reichberg. She's still kind of out of it.
Bleh.
Okay, let's get you some more brandy.
No, stop it, brother.
Also, probably due to her sickness and the fact that she's probably been, according to at least somebody's treatment, half drunk the entire time and most certainly locked in with the coffin, she looks incredibly pale.
Dieter, I know what you're thinking.
Time to kill her.
I see no injuries.
She was in there for court.
Listen, she's moving around too much. She's going to knock the expensive looking coffin. We need to give her alcohol so she calms down. Even you can agree on that.
Swear to God, I thought you were about to say we need to give her alcohol so she can't breathe. That's what it sounded like you were about to say.
I'm not.
I'm
Listen.
going
on my own volition, get out of the wagon and get on to Chewie.
How long does she travel before she falls off?
She's good enough to travel on her own now. As you guys start making your way through Reichland, I'm going to assume you guys are just going to keep the general watch list.
Well, yeah, like I
Yeah.
said, rotating.
You begin your second week, your presumably third week of the journey. Could everyone give me their perception rolls?
Okay.
Must we?
Thank you.
Yep.
I will spend a fate to pass. You know what?
Me
Fuck it.
as well,
Yeah.
or no.
Not the same thing.
Just spend a
Is
fate to
that within
pass.
10? Is my thing within 10?
Yes.
Where is it? I
Damn,
can't.
Dieter.
Yes, because you'll be
Yeah.
45.
Fuck yourself.
I
I'll
rolled
use
the
it
same
to
thing. I'm happy.
I'm happy too.
So we all are good.
Dieter, you awake, or I shouldn't say awake, you are fairly quickly alerted to some ruckus going around by the campsite where everyone's sleeping at. Which alarms you for several reasons. One, because that's behind you, what's supposed to be safe territory.
Does it sound like a man rummaging around or a beast?
Definitely bestial.
Dieter will very quietly get to his feet, or assume like in a crouching position. As like rummaging around in the wagon, like near the body.
Near where people are sleeping. However, as you begin to quietly make your way there, you notice that it stops for a moment, and then a lot of noise, essentially, as someone, almost as if something was running through the grass. Something or something.
Away or towards us?
You're not sure.
Can I take a shot at it before it vanishes?
You could, but even with your dark vision, there's a non-zero chance that you might end up shooting one of your friends in the darkness.
On the floor. They're on the ground.
Yeah.
It's right. Who would be the most likely? Like, is it Otto or Addy
you
or
can
who?
shoot and find out. It might be some random person. It might be a bandit. It might be Otto going for a piss.
I'm just gonna let out a short whistle and keep my bow ready whilst I go over to where the noise came from, like not in the grass, but where the people.
It seemed to have come from where Jacques was sleeping, who is now awake at this point as something woke him up.
Does anything seem off?
Not that you can tell, but for some reason you feel really weird. As if it's like that high that you come off of when you realize you did something that nearly got you killed.
Like someone was about to kill me.
Something dangerous was around you. It's like your dangerous senses are kicking in.
Dieter.
And then you just see Dieter wandering up to you in the darkness with a bow.
Just crouching up to you, bow, arrow knocked.
Is that what set off the danger sense, or something else?
You're not sure. That really looks fucking dangerous.
Well, I'm gonna assume. Do I look pale?
No.
Okay, then I don't think Dieter was coming to kill me then.
Dieter would just look down at you and just go, "Shh."
I know.
There is something out in the darkness.
You don't say.
Would I have seen like a man's shape with my night vision? I rolled a 4.
I know that was to notice it. This is it's still perception to find that. You're not actually tracking them yet. It would still be perception, right?
Can I get a weapon?
You may.
I presume you sleep near your weaponry.
Hell yes. I don't have enough time to put armor on.
And Jack Hughes, make me an intelligence roll.
Straight into. Do I have any bonuses?
No.
Oh, boy.
I don't know what fucking dropped that I'm too afraid to
Dieter,
look.
you find some footprints on the grass.
8.
They are
Good job.
definitely human, though there's also handprints,
Oh, fuck.
which suggest a human on all fours.
Why is it every time I go camping, shit hits the fan?
Yeah, which just screams red flag to you, especially local Ostermark. There is never a good reason when you see a human on all fours, unless it is a baby. And even then, you're from Ostermark, that's even worse by most people's standards.
So, I'm racking my brains trying to think of what, at least as Dieter, what would that be? Because like beastmen normally have hooves. Ghouls, no.
Do that. Ghouls do that.
Ghouls probably wouldn't be as sneaky as this, though. So you write that.
If it's a crypt ghoul, yes, it would.
If it's a crypt ghoul, you're fucked, and Jack Hughes would be dead by now. There's no question about that.
This is also true.
There's definitely not a crypt ghoul because everyone would be dead.
So Drew, I rolled an 8.
Jack Hughes, you notice something that ticks at the back of your mind as you're doing something. Like, you grab your sword, and as you know, you've done this 100 times. You always put your sword within arm's reach, just in case. It's something you were taught by your actual mentor, by your father, by your father's father. It's basic 101. But when you reach, you don't instantly grab it, which is...
alarming.
Yes. It's still nearby, but it's definitely been moved.
I checked my stuff.
All your stuff seems fine. It just seems like your weapons were moved just a bit. Like now you have to reach a bit more. It's not at the ready.
Oh, they were. Oh, so Dieter, still crouched over you, is going to lean in close and just say, "Rouse the others. We already roused the others. Be ready to move in 2 2 minutes. I will be right back. If I am not back in 5 minutes, leave. And I am going to try and track it.
You may roll. It does. There is a
Okay.
trait that I can't tell you about, but you have a -20.
So while I go over to the others, are any of their weapons pushed further away?
Nope, just seems to be yours.
No, that's not good.
Do I still get my bonus for night vision?
That just allows you to track without additional penalties.
So, I'll start by waking up Otto.
Kena, you're so...
I'm going fate point.
Otto, something is in the night. Dieter is looking for it. You two get ready to move now.
So, how far are you gonna track this? I assume you don't actually track it too far, since you said you'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, not too far at all. But just to see if I notice anything else interesting about the track. But most importantly, to see if it continues moving away or if it's looping around to come back.
You
And then while he's-
notice it running a fair distance on all fours. The most notable thing you do notice is at some point, basically at the edge of where you'd be able to see it, which is alarming because it seems to be almost on the dot where you specifically would be able to see it. It stops going on all fours, goes right to 2, like just normal 2 feet, and then becomes infinitely harder to track to the point where you eventually lose it. If you were to describe it in your mind, it's almost like it was almost bestial, like you're tracking a normal wolf or something that has just gone a little crazy, to as it just suddenly it's like, oh, now I'm a human. Now I know.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I should probably hide my tracks.
I wake the other. I wake while Dieter's out, terrifying everybody. Be ready to move.
So, when you wake up and tell her the situation, she just kind of stares at you, squints, and grabs her whip.
If Dieter is
And
not back
ready for
soon,
battle.
we leave. Is what he told me.
Yeah, after seeing that, Dieter's going to be returning quickly.
I'm getting my armor
Although,
on ready. I'm like,
Do you need help?
no, I practiced for this.
Fair enough.
What did you find, Dieter?
Tracks are strange. It is human, but it is different. Mutant, perhaps. I do not like it. Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
No.
Anyone wake up Danik?
Yep.
Can I wake up Danik?
Everyone,
Out of
That
game.
is true.
I assume
out of
Danik
game.
was woken up.
Yeah, because out of game 100%, I forgot it was here.
Aww.
Danik is
Don't-
just left
Don't
asleep.
don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. I forgot too when I was assigning the order, but no. If Danik is still asleep, Dieter's just gonna walk up and just up. We are moving.
What? Why are we moving?
Things are going-
Tracks. As he would just say, tracks. Something nearly throttled Jock in his sleep.
It knew enough to push my weapon further away than it was, so I couldn't react immediately.
Was it a ghoul?
I have no idea.
It was perhaps too quiet. I do not like it.
Yeah, and I guess he is still alive, so.
Such a dishonorable.
I guess it depends. It really depends on the type of ghoul. Because if it were a crypt ghoul, we'd be dead. But ghouls are at least smart enough to not eat until they kill people. But yes. So,
How long has this thing been following us?
I don't know. That's a good question. Did it? So, Drew, I have a question. From based off the tracks, did it run faster on all fours or two legs?
It was definitely running. I mean, from what you're able to tell, it seemed to be going very fast on four legs. Or four.
Oh my god.
So it wasn't intending to run away, it was intending to hide. That's not good.
No.
I think. How about instead of chatting, whoosh, we get moving.
Most assuredly.
Okay,
Peter.
from now on, two people camp because one person can sleep during the day in the wagon, or two people now stay up and camp.
I think we should all sleep closer together because if this thing can pick us off one by one, it can get up to us pretty quietly, apparently.
Who here has the ability to, actually look to the NPC? The NPC, Derek, can you drive?
Just as we're leaving, though, I'd like to do one more thing. I want to check the coffin.
Ornate, sealed.
Does it
It's
look
still
like-
sealed, no disturbances.
Then you can tell, but then again, it's been jostled quite a bit, especially considering the fact that you had a passenger in it when it wasn't designed to have a passenger.
you think
We're
we should-
allowed. Sorry, go ahead.
You are
I was
not
gonna
allowed to
say-
open it.
Yeah, are we not allowed to open it?
Considering how respectful that would be, no.
Okay.
Assaulting the
Do you know how
dead
much
is-
more? Sorry. Shit.
We want someone to, we're going to need a priest of more to at least look at it.
I understand that. I was just thinking, like, you know how much more disrespectful it would be if we showed up and it was eaten by ghouls?
Or that it got up.
Or that it got up and walked away?
Don't worry, I'm pretty sure if we can stop at a town and have a priest of more look at it, because even Petronia will respect the priest of more.
I have Adelaide has a question for
No.
the party.
Yes.
No, more is one of the gods that the Bretonians believe in.
They just worship primarily the lady, but all gods
Oh.
except Sigmar.
All nobles
Yes.
worship the lady, yeah.
Yes, Iggy?
Do any of us have anything that is able to make noise? We could perhaps tie it to the wagon at night so that if something tries to mess with it, or it begins moving on its own, we'll be woken up by it, or alerted to it.
If we find a blacksmith, we'll buy some cowbells.
Or
And
is
if we
it
don't make it in time, I do have a couple janky ideas that we could use. Something, because it'll be rather quiet at night, something just enough to make noise. Perhaps tie something to one of the strings of my hurdy-gurdy, so when moved with just a light touch, we'll pluck the string, perhaps?
Anything that increases our life expectancy.
Dieter, can you fashion makeshift traps of sorts that way?
Perhaps. I mean, yeah.
Could also set some traps too at night.
Mm. I have animal traps. Although the problem is, those are very specific.
So, Danik. Drew,
Yep.
is Danik able to drive?
Nope.
Fuck. Am I the only one here that can drive?
Yes.
Yes, now stop complaining and drive.
I know how to ride, not drive.
Yeah, same here.
I'm surrounded by people that would be lost without me.
Excuse you.
Yeah, no, we have Dieter. He's a tracker.
Yes. But the problem is moving
Sorry.
this.
Bad joke. Bad joke.
Yeah. Well, now we need to be much, 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 much more careful.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you guys continue on your journey, now probably a bit more alert at night,
A little.
Yeah.
one would assume.
A lot. Not something you want to see.
Well, you didn't see it, so you're happy.
No, but I felt it.
Hmm. I'm all fucked up now. I'm trying to actually think. What the hell?
I mean, it could be a werewolf.
I'd be dead.
We'd all be dead.
If it
And it
was
would
a-
not have run
yeah.
from me.
And
could've just-
it wouldn't have both foot and handprints. It would have been paw prints, then footprints. Right?
I don't like it.
Yes.
I mean, it could have a mix. It could have a middle form.
Hold on.
I don't like it.
Listen, we would just have to. Congrats, Danik. You volunteered to sleep during the day and take a full day night shift.
Yeah. Dieter has many theories, each of them each of them less likely and more terrifying than the last.
Oh no.
Okay, listen. We either need Danik or Dieter to sleep during the day and stay up all night. Which one of you two volunteer?
I mean, I'll do it.
Let me see.
Okay.
Danik looks at his perception on his sheet. I don't recommend me, he says after a moment.
It's
Okay,
probably-
you're
it's
okay.
It's gonna basically become Predator, but with Dieter and whatever this thing is.
So the
I
idea,
need
Dieter is now going to stay up during the night, full night, but he's sleeping during the day in the wagon, meaning he shouldn't have a problem. Meaning we will still take our shifts. No one's getting the full night's rest, but it means there will always be two people up at night. Meaning if something attacks, instead of one random fucker, there'll be two random fuckers to at least slow down our death.
I still think we should all sleep very close and within eyesight, so we don't.
I agree.
Die.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. It just
I
means there's two people. There's just four eyes now watching instead of two, unless Dieter lost an eye, then three.
Still have both my eyes.
The days go by. How long do you keep up this extra routine? Because eventually, Dieter, this does kind of start to throw you off.
Isn't he sleeping
Yeah,
during the day, though? Isn't he sleeping during the day?
Yeah, it's more that it throws him off for the fact that humans are, speaking from someone who spent years on the night shift, humans are not meant for the night shift.
No.
Dieter
I am
probably
not-
has a lot more experience with it, but it's something that nags at you, especially when the first couple days you do it.
Working on a night moon.
Yeah.
It's deciding
Dieter-
uncomfortable.
Dieter is keeping his some of the tools of his newer trade on him now. That during the watch, he's keeping his one of his stakes in his hand. He's got a vial of blessed water on his belt, as well as his other stakes.
Me rubbing my black beads.
Well, I've got the symbol of more too. Don't you worry about that now.
I know. I believe that, but I just looked a bit low. Turns out, priests and whatnot will have black beads. I like that.
Yeah.
I just need to know, Dieter, and the rest of your gang, I assume, are you keeping up the double watch for your entire way back to Nuln, or your entire way to Nuln, or because that is a couple weeks, or are you just going to do this for, like, a few days to make sure whatever was there is no longer continuing to follow you?
I think.
Yeah, can I
think-
suggest that for the first couple of days, during the night we do that shift, but during the day, Dieter, if he can, that is, just make a quick walk around the base or like our little camp to see if there's any more of the same footsteps.
I can do that.
I say we do it for a week, rest in a town for a couple of days, and then just, throw it off
Right.
in the town, and then go back to the original.
Yeah. I can also, I would also say probably at some point we do like I can stay up many nights, but there are some nights where I do have to sleep, and I can trade off with whoever has the next highest perception. I don't know who that is.
Probably.
I only have a 49.
Probably.
I mean, I have the highest perception, but I'm needed to drive, so I can't do the full night thing. Otherwise, I would have volunteered first.
Okay.
Actually, no, anyone can drive. It's a simple thing, so I can just take the full night thing on. Don't crash it.
Yeah. So eventually you do get out of town, and up until this point, everyone, especially Dieter, has gotten to the point where there's something highly dangerous looking at them at night, which has gotten on all of your nerves. However, when you get to the town, you begin to relax. That doesn't continue after you leave. As all of you spend your nights in an inn for once, or a tavern, depending on how big this town is. The next couple days later, when you leave, you notice that there is, or at least feel that there isn't anything following you just yet.
Does this town/place have a Temple of More?
Presumably not, considering how small it would be.
Okay.
Just a border town.
I still don't like it. Keep guard up. I don't like it. Don't like it.
Can I, after you guys are just a few days away from Nuln, I assume at this point you guys have relaxed your guard to the point where you are relaxed, but probably still have double guard.
No.
Well, I don't like relaxing. Also,
Nope.
I do have a question. In the town, would they have had... This is a very specific thing, I know. Would they have had parsley that I would be able to purchase? Or some other... Yeah, it's an herb.
Also a weed, so they might have it.
It's also a weed.
Not, like, available for sale, but you can probably do a survival roll to find it.
Okay. I'm gonna do that really fast.
My spidey sense went off, man. On water.
This guy's been going off left, so I'm going to say, do they have any garlic?
Do you have any
Yeah, do they? Good question.
That is not in season.
My spidey sense. I'm kind of like wired.
So, presuming that I find some, Dieter is going to take it, prepare it, and burn it.
Hang on. What are you talking about? It's in early spring. It's perfect season.
Furiously.
Should be looking in the autumn.
Yeah, it's and by early spring they start producing foliage. They're an early spring fruit.
Oh.
I think.
Yeah, garlic is available. My bad.
I mean, here's a set. Fuck, I
Is
fell.
the best season for growing garlic. That doesn't mean that they did.
Right.
I don't find
but
it either way.
But no, presuming that I do find some parsley, however, I know it's a very specific thing and a very minor thing, and I'm sorry for it, but he will burn. But Dieter will keep it, and he will burn some of it. And if anyone asks why, he will simply say, "It wards off evil spirits."
Hey man, I'm not judging you. You see me with like 15 kids. You see me have like light a candle each night.
I'm just.
There's some candle guy that loves me.
Just like the baker on Saturday.
Man, that sounds like an insult if you don't know that person. Just like, damn, wow.
I just like the idea. Oh no, we're not heavily religious, but we're still superstitious as fuck.
I'm religious.
But yes. So anyway, I'm sorry. Please continue, Drew.
As you guys have relaxed,
No.
We
to the
relaxed
point where you
enough.
don't feel like you're going to die.
Yeah.
No one was close.
Yeah. The final stretch is the worst part. It's when something bad happens.
Yep. Finally, though, you arrive at Nome.
I don't like
I don't like it.
I know we said it at the same time.
Why don't you like it?
Because it just feels weird. Feels very strange.
You're weird.
So, which among you handles delivering the package?
Me.
Okay.
Well, system.
The scholarly guy.
So
I
you're
will.
led away
I will help
with
you.
the cart, while the others are led to the inn that they'll be staying at. Essentially, they have a system. If you're coming here to make a delivery, it's already been paid for, which it has been in this case. Or you're trying to do business, in which case you're going to be paying at the gate, and then they'll do what they're doing now. As it's already been paid for, and the name for the noble in question has been stated, they're expecting you. Those of you that aren't the delivery person will be going to the inn prepared for you to await your payment, while Otto, being the duly representative, is essentially just going to deliver it, get all the orderly stuff out of the way, and make sure the body's there. You'll also then be given the payment and then be sent on your way.
I hope it's there. I really do.
Once you get there, another much older man, similarly dressed to you in a rather scholarly ensemble, with robes and ink stains all throughout his hands, gets to you and prepares to open it.
Cross your fingers, everybody.
It's a fairly easy to open lid, which is unusual. Usually they're nailed. This one wasn't. It's just kind of got hinges. But then again, it comes with the fact that it's a very ornate tomb.
Indeed.
So he opens it up, and inside you see. We'll come back next session to talk about. I mean, joking.
You said it.
You see a very pale corpse,
Oh.
probably embalmed.
Corpse is there, thank God.
I know, right?
That doesn't matter. That doesn't. That's not okay.
Not our problem anymore.
He confirms it with some notepads and say, yes, matches the description nicely. Oh, well. Wait here and, I'll go get your coin. As he closes up for the, presumably final time. You never know with grave robbers.
So wait, when I'm in the Church of Moore in Nome, I'm assuming?
You're in not a church. You're basically in a private not really warehouse, but area for unloading. You guys have been taken into essentially a viewing room for him to confirm that the goods are actually there, and now he's left to go get your payment. However, while you're alone with the dead body, can you make me a willpower test?
Oh, fuck.
That's why I was like, can I go with him or no?
I
Okay.
fight to par.
You'd need to reroll.
You can't fate to pass.
Yeah. Oh.
Got it.
Okay.
Are you sure we couldn't have went with him?
No, it's
Yeah, he's sure.
It's a security version. It's actually a security reason. They only allow one person because they don't want you to mug the old dude that will presumably have shit tons of money on him.
To be fair, they have a point for that at least.
It's literally just an old. It's an old dude that does. No matter what, it's an old dude or a young scholar that will be managing this, and at some point in your action with him, it'll be him with access to a vault and probably no real guards around it, and if any, very low amount of them. So, for obvious security reasons, they only ever allow one of your one member to be there, unless you're of a very, very, very trusted part of very, very trusted. Like you're a merchant company that does regular business with them, and even then, at that point, you typically won't even have to do a viewing. You'll just get paid for the goods. Anyway,
Yeah.
So
Again, to be fair, reasonable.
yeah. So Otto, you just kind of those moments where you blink and it's like, oh, I dozed off for a minute there.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of had that one moment.
And the body's gone.
Oh. I wake up, I slap myself, those double night, those me staying up all night shifts. Oh, I walk over. Oh,
And,
is this
Yep, and
Yeah.
then the old man comes back. There's now a priest of Moor with him, with a hammer and some nails.
Pray.
He prays and utters some. I don't know how the Moor does their burials, but essentially he prays as they give the final nails in the coffin, both literally and figuratively. And puts a wreath of garlic around it.
Cool.
The old man explains as he hands you your money, as with the ever-growing vampire rate as well as the undead, we have decided it's necessary to invest in ensuring that they don't come back.
I should have. I should inform you, we were chased, well, to a certain town as we were leaving Petonia, so.
Okay.
From a changer.
Fascinating.
Mm.
So you have your money. Why are you still here?
Because I am a firm believer of more, and I like to observe the rituals of the priests.
Fair enough. As you watch as he essentially mutters several prayers while hammering in the nails, each hammer blow reverberating out into the day. Until eventually he finishes it and he moves it respectfully to one of the other numerous crates that are in this particular warehouse. The priest leaves. The old man looks at you.
I leave.
Yeah, that's what he's waiting for. Closes and locks the door. The sun finally coming to a rest.
That was awfully droll. I then walk on. Now, where am I staying?
Eventually you get back to the inn. You all get your 50 gold each. And Danik recommends you all turn in and tomorrow look for some of those jobs to keep you busy until it's eventually time to head back to Reichsburg. Maybe just keeps him busy until it's about to get to the colder months, make it back to home base, get his armor, and maybe this time not take a job for winter because he does not want to go through that shit again.
No.
Okay. Otto will just rub his eyes because that nap thing got him. He's like, I must be tired.
Does he look How does he look? When
He looks fine.
Oh, okay.
If I inspect Otto without, like, going up and, like, man him, does he look okay?
Yeah, fine.
Listen, I know I'm handsome, but you can all stop looking at me now. I just delivered a corpse. We all do that on a day. We all did that nearly on a daily basis, except the only thing we didn't do was give it to a church. Okay, I know my joke was that bad, but Quad didn't have to leave.
Okay, Quad just
So
dropped.
the next day, as you were bright and early, you guys are greeted with something that's fairly new to you. Probably
I'm
not
back.
new to your resident bard.
Sorry, what'd I miss?
Basically, you guys have woken up and there's a bit of a ruckus going on at the the communal area of your inn.
Oh no.
Apparently, from
Okay.
what you're able to gather from the frantic, not so whispery whispers, there was quite the brutal murder in the warehouse area last night.
Mm.
Oh no.
Quite the what?
Brutal murder.
murder.
Sorry, my ping is...
Well, lucky I got out of there when I did.
Yeah.
If I inspect... I don't know if you heard me say this, probably didn't because my ping was too bad, but if I, like, not manhandling Otto, but, like, if I inspected Otto closely, would I notice
completely
anything
fine.
about him?
Otto
Sus.
is good. Well,
Well,
he
that's,
looks as well as Otto will ever look in your eyes.
That is a strange set of horrible circumstance that happened.
Don't look at me. I have someone. Oh, wait, who the gossip? Does it say how many people died?
Oh, everyone in the warehouse that you happen to have been in at.
Oh.
It's only a dozen or so people.
Oh.
Lucky I got out when I did.
Dieter just sits there and just kind of says, "We're leaving."
Oh,
The
you're like
most
Lawrence
disturbing thing
Fish.
about it, though, was that the priest
Like-
was found, the local Morn priest that tends to work for the quote-unquote local government and the college. He was found, well, most of him was found.
Oh,
His head is unfortunately missing.
that's not good. I picture that Dieter
Dieter
was
doesn't
like,
like this.
you're like Lawrence Fishburne in Event Horizon. We're leaving.
Dieter
Yeah, leaving now.
doesn't like this at all, but there's something he's infinitely not going to like more. So,
Let me guess. The guards kick open the door.
Son of a bitch, what the hell? Hold on.
I assume you guys all take Dieter's advice where it's like, maybe we should leave quickly.
Give me just one moment, guys.
Doesn't that look suspicious, though?
Yep. Let's. What's up, Quad?
He's having internet issues still.
I think it's a little sketchy to leave immediately after a brutal murder happens, is all I'm saying.
In your darkest hour, the squirrel arrives.
I mean, I'm just saying that. We didn't do anything, but leaving just seems sketchy.
I mean, I don't want to be in a new one to begin with. I have way too much bad memories here. Okay, not bad memories, aka I just don't want to be here.
You don't want to be given. Suddenly, a professor comes up. You have an essay due.
Not that. I got family
God.
here.
Oh,
I don't
God.
want to know. Yeah.
Oh god, college again.
30 pages, that's all. Damn. They've been going easy on people.
Your father appears behind him. I bribed him. Now come back home.
No! Runs!
What is happening?
Come, my boy.
Never!
It's like one of those sappy plays I've seen.
Let the sisters take over the business. I want nothing to do with it.
No.
Picks up the knight and runs. We shall leave. Uses you to knock up in the door. Drops you, leave. I shall leave.
I don't even think you can lift me. I don't
But
like
yes,
where this is
while we
going.
wait, I'll let you all think about the horrible murder that happened. And I guess I should take this time to ask, what do you guys think is going on?
I think the thing was some sort of ghoulie. And Otto is about to be framed for murder.
They can't frame me for that. I mean, look at me.
There's some unholy atrocities going on here.
No, I mean, look at me. Literally, I don't look like I could. I barely look like I could win a fight against the town drunk.
I don't know. You fought a giant. You fought an orc chief.
You be quiet. Don't let them know that, otherwise I'll start questioning.
There was Quad. Usually, I'm the one who has the shitty connection.
I know, right? He stole you. You just passed on to someone else.
I haven't had to get out of the call once.
I know. You passed on to someone
Had an
else.
issue since about yesterday.
5,000 plus ping. Oof. Maybe he should reset his router.
Maybe that's what he did, and that's why he left.
Maybe you know what he needs? He needs NordVPN.
Oh God.
I mean, I got NordVPN and I love it. It increases my internet speed remarkably.
This game of Sword Brothers is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Fuck that. I played that game. It was boring.
It's a MOBA, of course.
And I'll never get that particular endorsement.
Okay, now wait. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
That every
I'm
streamer
kidding, I'm
dreams
kidding.
of.
Sorry.
I'm kidding. It was fun the moment I got that random skeleton and killed all the enemies with him.
I got a free champion, a giant lizard boy.
So, yeah, no, I'm back. Sorry, I missed everything that was said after Dieter has bad feeling. That Drew said.
I assume everyone will probably take Dieter's serious warning of maybe we should all leave now.
I think that looks sketchy as hell, though.
I don't care what it looks like.
Don't you want to hunt it?
No.
Okay.
Okay, if Dieter's like this, it gives it some credence.
Okay, then I'm not going to argue, as I will go get my stuff. But we only have, I only have 50 gold. Will that be enough to get us to the next town?
As you're,
We're gonna have to...
as you're thinking of that and you open your closet, you notice something about your clothes.
What?
Covered in crimson. The fuck?
I told you, framed for murder or possession.
Slowly closes.
As you do, you hear a little thunk, a little wet sound and thunk.
Opens.
Just him.
I
Slowly
stare. Yeah, I open.
Yeah, you just see the cold, dead eyes of the priest you saw staring at you.
Slowly close. Wait, hang on. I feel around my body.
You feel yourself up.
I don't know. I'm wondering if I'm a vampire. Do I have bite marks on me?
Not that you can see.
This doesn't make sense. I couldn't have killed that many people. How do I even get in there? I'm confused. Do I have any blood on me?
I mean, presumably on your hand when you grab one of your spare clothes that you set up and, is covered in blood.
I call out to Dan. Dan?
Yes. Do you need help packing your underwear again?
Yes, come, please, I need your help. Real much so.
Does this happen often?
It happens every time he has to pack.
That's very weird.
Yeah, for some reason, Otto really doesn't know how to fold his underwear in a way that's...
For the moment, Danerik gets to the room, I drag him in and close the door behind him.
Your underwear is not that important. Just
I
shove it
open
in
up
the bag.
I open up the closet.
He takes one look at it and just says, "Nope, nope." Walks out. Nope. Just
No.
grabs Dieter and shoves him in the room. That's your problem.
What's happening?
Nope. He just said, shuts the door and says, "Nope."
You're my superior. I need your help.
Grabs Adelaide. Nope. And then just throws her into the room as well.
Kicks her out. Nope.
You three deal with this.
That's
No,
not mentor of you.
I will take a look if I am not barred by.
Yeah, you got thrown in. I don't mind you. I trust you.
What's happening? The hell is happening?
Nope. Nope. Hey, Jack Hughes, just stand here and don't let anyone in the room.
Why?
You'll see eventually.
Oh, I don't like the sound.
Look, I speak to Dieter. So, Dieter, you know I couldn't have done this, right?
He just looks at. So tell me again. What's wrong? I say your eyes popped out of your shirt.
I open up the cupboard slowly. Shut up.
This is the shirt that you wore.
I didn't wear it going there. I just bought it. I showed the clothing I wore there was the Paternian Noble clothing because we're doing a deal.
And Drew, it is blood, undoubtedly.
Oh, yeah, blood all over his wardrobe.
How old
It's almost
does it
like
look?
someone took their hand, dipped it in a paintbrush, and just kind of sprayed it all over his clothes.
God.
How old does it look?
No more than a day, probably less than.
I'm
So
being
wet.
framed.
Especially the blood, still kind of pouring out of the head.
I'm being framed.
Yeah, I know that. I'm analyzing. I'm in detective mode.
I called that.
Do are the eyes? How do I say this? Are they damaged besides being plucked out of their human's body?
Oh yeah, they've been. It looks like someone ripped them out with their bare
Force.
hands in a very non-gentle manner. And judging by the very pained expression on the person's face, you think they were alive when they did that. Oh,
Do I
they
see
have
anything
tons
that
of
would
new
suggest
notes,
sharp
oddly.
nails? Do I see anything that would suggest sharp nails?
Besides the fact that the horrible scratches, fairly sharp nails. Or really strong hands. One of the two.
Oh no.
I'm almost positive I know what this is. However, I don't know how much Dieter exactly would know.
You know what it is? Why don't you make me a roll? Do you have?
I've already told you what I think it is, and I'm pretty sure that I'm correct, unless I'm like overlooking something. But Dieter has to roll. And even if I succeed, Dieter would not know all of what I know. So what am I rolling here? I don't have necromancy yet. Drew, what am I
Isn't there
rolling?
a lore for this?
There is, but I don't have necromancy yet. It's on the Vampire Hunter skill list. I just haven't bought it.
You have no idea what the fuck this is.
But I'm an Oster marker.
Yeah, I'll let you do an intelligence roll at a -10.
Should have bought that damn necromancy.
Look, man, I have a lot of other things to buy.
I'm sure he regrets it.
I'm a fate point. Hold on.
Oh my god. Fuck.
Damn it. Okay. Well, Dieter has his suspicions anyway.
So to the level of far and arced, I'm all the way to fucked. Is Otto's looking at the ground.
Also,
From sitting on the couch, yeah.
Quad, if I did send a Strategio out of it, do you really think it would have been that cunning?
Sorry, what?
If I did send a Strigoi at you, would it have been that crafty?
Honestly, yeah. Some of them are really smart. Bestial's kind of smart, but they can be pretty intelligent.
Oh shit.
And they're out of all the vampires, they're the only ones that fit that kind of thing. It's not a ghoul, because ghouls aren't this smart. And they're not this, they wouldn't go out of their way to, like, frame something like that. And talking out of character, I don't think they have anything besides fear, though. Anyway.
So what do you do with the still bleeding head on your floor?
Deezer just looks at you and just says, "We need to go now."
Maybe I should turn myself in.
For what? I just look down, and this is the priest, yeah? The head?
Yep, that's the head of a priest. What you can sell.
So I just look at Otto and I say, "If you turn yourself in, you'll be swinging by evening."
I'm probably had a half it off for a month.
It's not how this works. If they went to the trouble for you, they're intent to see you swing for it. I don't want to stay here another day to find out who's dead next.
Oh, what do you expect me to do with my clothing then? Leave it here bloodied?
Burn it.
I don't know.
Take it with you in a chest. Buy some new clothes. When we get out of the city limits, burn it.
That's... You really did not like my clothing, did you?
It's all gone. In fact, that uniform specifically has been covered from head to toe in blood. Ironically, when Dan sees that, he approves of the new color scheme.
Dieter just looks at you with like, trust me, the best way to get rid of it is to burn it.
Slowly start putting clothing in it. Okay, then what do I do with the head?
That's a very good question.
Because I can't, if I have to at least take this to the priests.
Do you?
Point towards my prayer braids.
Dieter points to the symbol of more on his chest and repeats, "Do we?"
Yes. But we don't have to say, all we have to do is say we found it.
Just looks at you.
It's not a lie.
Yes. Go and tell the priests of Morr that you found the head of one of their own. I assure you that will go over quite well.
stands up, pats, rubs the blood off my cloth, puts the clothing in the case, and the head in a bag. More bless my soul. Looks like I'm going to be delivering a head. I'll see you out of town.
Bet you will.
What is happening?
I'm losing my mind over here.
I am
and-
too. Adelaide's trying to ask me about my love interest and family friends while you're having a panic attack in the next room.
Just...
No, I out of character am losing my mind.
Yes, well, looks like we're leaving the room, but I have to make a small delivery first.
How did I finally crap out? Maybe?
Teacher just walks. Oh. Who left? Who's back? Everything
Hello?
okay?
I think
Hello?
I left.
Oh. But no. Drew, Dieter just walks out of the room with Otto and says to Danik, Otto might die by evening.
Wait,
And just keeps walking.
Wait, what?
He insists on returning the head to the priests of Moor.
What head?
Go
Why
in there
do-
and look for yourself, Princeling.
What the fuck? What is this? Why is there a
I have
head?
a question for the DM.
I don't know why.
Why are
I'm
you-
being I'm being framed.
No, I had a bad feeling about this.
Drew,
Yep.
question from Eggy.
What question?
So I will. It's like what's
just
the
She,
what's
she
the-
said she had a question for you, but I guess not.
Drew? What's the time?
That's
Like, is it early
it's
morning? So I quickly put it in the bag and then a double bag, and then I quickly make my way out of the tavern and head straight to the church.
Are we just going to let him do this?
I tried to tell him not to, and he wouldn't listen to me. So,
Otto, this doesn't seem like it's the best course of action. If you didn't do it, and you're just gonna die while the real killer is still out there, it doesn't seem like it's the right thing to do.
I'm pretty sure that the priest of Null can speak to the corpse, and I'm pretty sure they need the head to speak to the corpse. So I'm just going to give them what they need.
And if you're
Uh-huh.
wrong,
Otto.
Well, I will simply say I found this head, and as a firm believer of more, the body needs to be delivered to the Church of Noon. Or more.
Hello, Otto.
I mean, technically, we're in an inn. We'll vacate the room. The next person's gonna find it.
Yes, and who do you think was in the room first? Before them?
So, Otto, how long do you recall being away for your delivery?
What do you mean, be away from my delivery?
When we went into the town, you were the one who left to go to the warehouse to deliver the body. How long
Yes.
do you remember being away?
What was it, an hour? Was it an hour, Drew?
About an hour or two.
And how long in total have we not seen him while he was delivering at any time afterwards?
No, it took him about an hour or two to get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying I killed those people?
I'm saying that we need to rule out that you killed those people. Dieter, can you do me a favor and check the windows and doors for any indication that there was a break-in of any sorts, or someone coming in at all?
Do that. What would that be, Drew? Perception?
Yes.
Jacques, if you could do me a favor, can you go downstairs and ask either the innkeeper or anyone that you've remembered from yesterday when we walked in if they've seen anyone else come in and out?
I can give
Perhaps
it
with a bag of
the old college try, as they say.
Nope. It looks fine to me.
What would I roll for conversing with innkeeper and any people that may have been in here the night before, Drew?
Gossip?
Presumably, yeah.
Do I have any bonuses to this gossip roll?
No.
Okay. Well, here we go, boys.
Actually, shoot, I should probably have done it because I have a plus 10% to gossip.
Gossip.
Danik will probably also do this. I mean, you can
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And
Gossip's pretty good.
Otto, do you remember anything out of the ordinary that could have happened while you were away?
Nothing. I delivered the thing. They told me to wait. I nearly fell asleep because I've been pulling night shifts. They came back, and then they did the hammering thing, and I watched with all.
I'm a Bretonian. Of course I'm good at talking to people.
I got paid 50. They left. The priest left. I left. And then
So,
I found...
apologies for interrupting. The problem that I see with what's happening is that if you've only been away for 2-3 hours at most, this would have been midday, yes?
Yes.
There was no way you would have been able to either kill a dozen people or so, maybe more, and bring back a bloody sack only to leave it in your own closet. As much as I hate to say it, you're too smart for that if you wanted to commit a crime. See
oh my god, I'm going to die. Addie complimented me.
Yes, you're going to die regardless if you turn the head. Now would you shut the fuck up and listen? We need to either figure out how to get rid of this, or figure out who did this. I'm thinking about figuring out how to get rid of it. Not our problem, not our town.
No, it is my problem because it is my god's problem. I am heavily religious, and I have to return this as this involves my god, the head of my religion.
Can't you just mail it then?
Oh, wow.
Hey, we got a package from the church. That was another... Oh my god!
And also, isn't it?
Fuck, dude.
What a teacher on Everland.
You say like I've learned anything for Everland.
I can simply just hand it over and say I found it in an alleyway.
They're going to ask, where is this alleyway? We need to investigate. What alleyway are you going to show them?
The one next to the tavern.
Oh, what happens when you don't see a bunch of blood or anything?
Same thing. I asked, I found just the head.
And what about your clothes? What are you going to do with that?
Burn them.
Ooh, yeah, because that's not suspicious. I turned in a head, and then I got some clothes, most likely went outside city limits and started burning things.
Also assuming my clothes are going to be here. You do know people who travel usually only travel with the clothing on their back.
You're
Also,
still burning something.
Everyone's burning everything.
Danik eventually comes back.
Otto. Oh, sorry.
He comes into the room with you two. He says, okay, guys. Believe it or not, this is not the first time this has happened to me.
What the fuck?
It's not even the second.
Did I learn anything?
Wait, can't I just say I was framed?
Yeah,
That's
they'll
the
believe you,
dumbest idea I've
definitely.
ever heard. Anyway, so here's what's happening. This inn's gonna burn down to the ground.
Fair enough.
Adelaide, I need you to start performing downstairs and make it a damn good performance. Otto, I need you to start spreading these around. He hands you bombs. Fire bombs, to be exact.
Where'd you get these?
I have my
Wait,
ways.
Are these mine?
Yes. What, you think I just left that shit?
Okay.
So, you want me to go downstairs in the inn and make a scene while you do what?
Well, you're gonna do some music, draw everyone out, so we don't kill a bunch of innocent people, because that would set fire. That would not end well with my conscience. And then when the fire starts spreading all over the top floor, they'll already be downstairs, and we can leave.
Hmm.
Did I learn anything? I hope.
You see, I would be okay with taking them to, say, yet another bar.
Oh my god.
Hey, can someone respond to Korn before he just has a full-on panic attack, please, Drew?
Well, I just want to know if we can avoid burning down a tavern.
Dan, I'm sorry, Korn has been lowered somehow, so I actually haven't been hearing him.
Oh, that's weird.
What?
I lowered you at some point.
Keeps
so you can
asking
hear
you
it
if
better,
you've-
I think. Anyway, so Danik will at some point explain to you the details of his brilliant plan. So the best way to deal with evidence is to destroy it. The best way to destroy things is with fire. This entire room is evidence, so burning it down is the best way to make sure we don't get arrested.
We can't be the last ones to leave the building.
Well, of course not. We just... Listen, it's a fire. We'll leave. We were already planning on leaving here quickly. So after this horrible disaster, no one will think twice. And we will probably never come back to Nuln.
Huh.
So these bombs are, they have wicks, right?
Yeah, completely harmless.
Any way to elongate the wick so that we have a longer time to get out?
Yeah, I will give everyone a few minutes after they're all downstairs, and I will make sure that Otto stays behind to make sure no one is on the second floor.
Question for God: is there another, say, tavern or inn in town that's close by?
There's a lot of taverns.
Okay, so whichever is the closest one, can I go downstairs, give them... what are their prices for ale? It's like pennies, right? And silvers?
Yeah.
Fuck it,
This
this
is
is
a
for
shit
Otto.
show.
I'm going to drop 10 gold and say start serving people drinks. Gonna go over back to our inn and start advertising that there are free drinks for the next couple hours. Come and get them while they last. Does that work?
Yeah, what's the equivalent of charm in here again?
Charm.
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 Damn. Some things are changed, others are not.
Should have let me handle this.
Would you like me to roll charm?
Yes.
Did I get anything from my gossip, Drew?
Success.
Yeah,
Corn.
Yes,
Did Corn get
you heard
anything?
about the murder, and more specifically, that there was rumors that there was some very interesting chanting going on at the time of the night, and almost as if in that area a dark, depressive mist, as if by magic, had appeared.
Okay, so I am immediately going to inform Danik and Dieter of this information, of creepy mist and chanting.
When did the creepy mist occur?
during the murders. Am I correct in that assumption that it was during the murders that the
Well,
creepy
since the
mist
murders
appeared?
happened last night and the mist happened last night as well, presumably.
Yes. This is out of my wheelhouse, Dieter.
Yeah, no, I get that. Fuck. Okay.
I have no idea what to do in this situation.
No, yeah, I'm shit. I know what to do out of character, but metagaming, Dieter only knows so much.
So what are we doing?
That's I know. I'm trying.
While Dieter and Quad are thinking, I'd like to ask Danik that he does not place the bomb inside the room, but in the closest spot to the closet in the room over. Hello?
Hi. How are you?
Did you hear what I said?
No. You're very quiet to me for some reason.
Everyone's quiet, apparently.
Everyone is apparently, yeah, because we've all been repeating stuff at you, and you just aren't responding.
I think my okay,
I
that
think
might
your
be the problem.
your headset might be dying.
No, it's not my headset. It's I do it through the TV, and I just realize it's at 50%. I'm like, that might explain things.
Danik, I suggest that instead of putting the bomb in this room, in Otto's room, you put it in the closest spot in the other room so that it will still be able to reach the closet. We don't want anything tying this accident to us or Otto.
Fair. I'll go shove it in the guy's room next to us. I know for a fact he's downstairs drinking.
No, he's across the road, actually.
Oh, even better. As he
What's
leaves,
happening? What?
As he leaves to go frame another hapless hap.
Mm-hmm.
Someone want to explain to me what the hell is going on?
We're about to frame another man for the murder of a priest, and then we're getting the fuck.
What?
We're about to, and then we're gonna burn some evidence. We're gonna leave.
Yes.
What?
So what Addie has suggested is that instead of tying anything to us, we either break in or access the room next to us, next to Otto's room, so that we're able to set the bomb there, and so it looks like it came from that room. It can be empty. Doesn't mean that there's someone in there.
Yes. Fame the
But it's
peasants,
important
of
that
course.
we get it close enough to still reach the range of Otto's closet where the evidence is.
Got it.
Yes, frame the peasants, of course.
Who cares? I
There's a
don't
load of
know
the
them.
explosives just right on the other side of the wall.
So what do we do if whatever it is really did this was the creepy thing that was following us till we got here?
It was.
Then how do we deal with this?
That is the problem. As Dieter just kind of like looks around. If I knew where it was, there is a chance we might be able to destroy it.
Well, it's accompanied by...
Unfortunately, I do not know where it is, and it knows where we are. It has every advantage, and the few advantages that hunters would have against such creatures we do not currently possess.
Well, let's get this over with. So we can focus on the actual issue at hand.
Well,
Which
let's
is big.
see. We have 2 horses, 5 people, no wagon, we're considerably lighter than we were before. It'll be easier for us to get around, and we could perhaps bribe someone, I don't know, cover our tracks, I guess. Go a different way, veering slightly off as an attempt to take away their attention from us.
I think the burning building will do that.
That's just to cover our tracks from the people. Whatever this thing is may be a bit smarter than that.
I think
Where's your plan?
Okay. So here, how about this? Since apparently Drew hasn't been able to hear us for most of the session, and we've been talking over a lot of people because of that, let's reiterate exactly what it is that we're doing. From the beginning, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
So, from what I understand, you have come up with a plan to essentially put the quote-unquote bombs into the room next to Jester, and have set up a brilliant ruse on behalf of Adelaide to get most of the people to another tavern, much to the utter annoyance of the tavern owner.
I like how you're telling us this, but the idea to burn/blow it up and all that was Danik's idea, Drew.
It's not the first time he's done this.
And it won't be the last.
No. There's a reason why he doesn't want to go to Nordland, and it's not because of the people that want to kill anyone associated with the Sword Brothers. He may or may not be wanted for some crimes there that he may or may not be guilty of.
It's okay, I don't want to be, wanted in my homeland.
Yeah,
And that's why we're burning the inn.
Yeah. Just as he starts pouring alcohol all over the rooms, just don't think about it.
I think we should make our exit. Yeah.
Yeah, we should definitely ask it, as he's just kind of lighting a match in the background. Run!
Dieter, I hope you wouldn't be opposed this time, but I would like for you to get on the horse.
Danik is definitely getting on Jakku's horse. It's like, go!
Oh yeah, no, I'm riding.
Mm-hmm.
Now we ride.
Jacques,
Casual.
I understand, but we're most likely going to have to push our own horses to the limits to get as much distance as possible.
Act casual, act casual, act casual. We're a decent farm away. Go now!
And Jacques, I want your horse to be at a slight better distance away from Chewie.
Why is that?
Because if they so happen to be trying to follow us, we'll try to make it as muddled as possible that we are a group together, but instead, two different horses of people.
Free.
Or... Oh, we have a third horse?
Otto bought a horse.
Oh, okay. Otto, same goes for you. We're going to try and muddle our pathing as much as possible that we're not the same group. Understandable?
Have you done this before?
Maybe.
It is relevant now.
Well, does it matter that it's possibly saving our asses?
I never said it wasn't. I'm just curious.
All will be known in time or whatever. Let's just get going.
The smoke bellows in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is going to end well for anyone.
Never usually does it?
No.
So as we fade to black, we just see in the distance a room with a coffin as it opens.
God damn it.
I'm okay. I'm back. I'm okay.
So now that we've
I've
definitely
been
finished
sitting